uteri.
And we're live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and unprofessional aces. I mean, Mike.
Oh, okay.
You're unprofessional, but I can't say you're an unprofessional ace, because I think on the ace scale, you are an ace. You are up there. You are like a 10.5.
Dang, thank you, Scotty.
I mean, like if we all had to raise cards on you doing a belly flop, somebody would have to pencil in the 0.5 because you've.
That's cool. I'm good with that.
It'd be all thumbs up
on the
right up our ace.
On the angry dick scale, I'd put you at about maybe an inch and a half.
He takes something so funny and tries to turn it so dirty.
Yeah.
Listen, just because you get mad and yell at your junk.
I do. I have to yell snake.
I mean, he yells like, "Why are you doing this again?"
I have to yell snake, man.
I gave you 14 blue pills and you're still just laying there.
Man, can you imagine? I mean, that'd probably kill you.
No, you'd look like the basketball player at the bunny ranch.
All sorrow.
You'd marry a Kardashian. You'd make millions of dollars, and they would ask you to come back to the bunny ranch.
Isn't that crazy?
But stay away from.
I want to know if I went to the bunny ranch, could I be like, "Shh, I'm hunting a rabbit."
Be very quiet.
They said if I come here, I get to do it like a rabbit. I brought my Lamar Odom pills.
I don't know that sounds right.
Not only will it get me up, it'll make me big and black.
That's
okay, Stephanie, I know that went horrible. Let me just show you that T-shirt you wore last week.
No.
Somebody else said it looked like a belly button. I said, what damn belly button have you ever seen it look like that? I said that the closest thing to a belly button that looked like that would have had stretch marks beyond belief.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Somebody said it looked like a belly button?
Everybody that saw the picture last week that I was sending out.
Think
about that picture and tell me, does that look like a belly button to you?
Man, that's not that's not an Audi. That's a one-way.
In and out.
My daughter did get
that thing looked like an Audi driven through it.
My daughter got
twin turbo diesel, baby.
My daughter got a tattoo of a starfish, and I don't know what.
Chocolate starfish?
No, it was a regular starfish.
Purple starfish.
Actually, it was blue.
Never mind. You do realize that.
I know.
You need to wake the hell up coming in here like that.
I'm trying to talk, and you keep talking over me though, because
you're running slow.
Because you won't shut up.
Come on. Talk. You come in this morning looking like an old beat up horse.
Got my head. I hit myself in the head with my door thing.
I hate when that happens.
Listen, I don't care how many times somebody says not common sense in you. That is not going to do it.
Yeah, it hurts like Halo. And I got a ringing in my ear. But anyways, on the starfish, I don't know what it is that is actually in the center of it, but it looks like a butthole in the middle of a starfish. Ew. On a tattoo.
Ew.
On my daughter's stomach.
Ew.
It's like right here at her hip and her stomach, and yeah.
That'd be more of her hip than her stomach stuff, but
it was her stomach when she was pregnant.
Oh God!
So the center of it, you think you'd have to blame
that picture?
You'd have to blame that one on the tattoo artist. I think he did a little hoot-ah there to be funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny, but it was funny.
Oh, it is funny. We're seeming to be laughing at it right now.
Seeming to be laughing?
Well, I was making the joke. Seeming, it's on her side.
Ooh.
Can you imagine if somebody decided to...
Ooh. All right, so the show's
been
on
for like 10 minutes. Do not call me a pervert. I'm just making jokes.
Show's been on for 10 minutes.
You always hear this. They flip her up on her side. Maybe that's what it's about.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go, Steph.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We are terrible this morning.
Y'all
Some of us are alive. Some of us are awake. Some of us ain't real sure where we are between that.
Okay, the question you asked me.
Jeff Matthias, it's Monday here today.
What we'll call it. That is her married name, and no, she doesn't think they are related.
Okay.
So
just figured I'd ask because.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I would.
He's a really good guy. I love going there.
Yeah. Oh, I had the
Mr. Chip, man. If you find your way going over to O'Challis right here in Conyers, make sure you find Chip Chappelle. He is the manager. He has been a manager not just in that location, but in Conyers for well over 20 years. When you go into the to O'Charlie's, they're kind of revamping it. So if you think about the remodel they did about a year ago, trying to make it look a little more laid back instead of all grandma. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And it does. It's got a little bit of a like
It does, doesn't it?
what would you call it?
like
I don't know that
you
you'd
don't
say.
need to see it.
No, I don't need to see
But yeah, man, go in there and see Chip, man. He's super good.
I got to tell you that one, the food's always been excellent. Never had a bad meal there ever.
Yeah, free pie Wednesday.
I know, and
That's where you go for lunch, man. Free pie. They give you a slice of pie.
the other thing is,
Unless you might, you try to go there just to get a piece of pie anyways.
yeah. Well, I brought mine last
Or
night.
just a piece.
So what was I going to say?
Well, yeah, I knew if I said that, I'd lose them.
The wait service. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we always have good times there. I mean, half the time the waitresses, they know exactly who we are when we walk in the door. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they could teach classes on good,
On professionalism.
well, I don't even want to say professionalism, because you know why? I'm gonna be honest with you. We were there a little bit late, and it was kind of clearing out, and one of the other waitresses walked by and heard us talking and came back to us and said, I know I shouldn't, listen and all, but, and just started talking with us. You see what I'm saying? So not only our waitress, but two of the other waitresses at sometime during the meal came by just to talk, hang out.
They're always been really good, man. They hang out and come talk to us like, the bartender, and I'm sorry, but I'm bad with names. I forgot her name, but she's like our age. I don't want to say that in a bad way, but like when she decided to get a sorry, I got sidetracked with a text message. She got pregnant. How do you say that and try not to sound bad?
She was inseminated.
So she was inseminated. So she got pregnant, and when she was talking about. She walked up and said, "Hey, I'm not going to see y'all for a while." And we're like, "Why?" Because we were used to seeing her. And she's like, I'm pregnant. And we were like, "Well, congratulations." Because, she's like, "Yeah, I decided it, at this time in my life, I was ready." And then it's so funny that she left for a while, and then you just forget about why she left. And then we come in, and she goes, "Well, hey, it's my first day back." And we're kind of like, "Oh, that's right. How did that turn out? How's the baby?" But you get to where you see these people all the time, and they've always been great to us. FYI, the alarm call at O'Charlie's last night was from a police officer, and their food was left out in the kitchen from when they closed. So, yeah, but I guess I don't know all the information. So how that reads doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Well, Conyers PD was circling around the parking lot when I was outside talking. So
Okay.
I said hey to them. Because, it's Conyers is one of those towns where we're right there at the edge of not knowing people, like in the government and, law enforcement, or knowing everybody. And it just seems like I know everybody in like Conyers PD and the fire department and all that other stuff. Just because my kids played softball.
So this is what happened. You were in the parking lot and you heard this.
Really? I heard that.
Oh, you so got lucky.
Oh, I heard that.
You
I
got
heard
lucky.
that. I didn't hear anything.
It was
Steph,
muted.
did you hear anything?
Yep,
Wow, can I have that button over here?
Mike, put down the popsicles
That wasn't a popsicle, baby.
and quit sticking it there.
Wow.
She's going to charge you.
So now we're just talking. And that was cool. He drove by and I said, "Hey, are you going to come over here and help me?" He said, "For what?" And I said, "Hey, I'm pinned up against this car, dude." He said, "Yeah, you are." So it was
Yeah, one of our friends, Robbie, works there with the city, and he's a super good guy. He always wanted to get on, and we were so worried because before he got on with Conyers, he'd been speaking about, Marietta and this, and it's like, God, that's going to suck that you go from there and then, you know what I mean?
well, being and though I was accused of not respecting law enforcement, I have a great respect for them because they're out there every day. It's like, an 8-hour shift of combat. Man, look how much it's changed. My former father-in-law spent 28 years in the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department. That's where cops started, with Sheriff Brunell and all that other stuff. Old, ugly green uniforms, driving around, getting cats out of trees. 27 years, a man only drew his weapon one time, never fired it. Okay. Now
25?
Well, that's just the way the world was, now the guy that got shot in Atlanta, they were doing a thing for him last night in Atlanta, and the guy was talking, and you know how you sit there and you go, man, this dude sounds so young to be like 40 or 50.
Right.
No, 23 years old, man. Got shot in the chest. Last week. Yeah, the vet saved him, but he's 23 years old. God, I mean, do you remember what you were doing when you were 23? I didn't.
Possibly.
I'll go ahead and say it. I damn sure wasn't getting shot in the chest. I was in the military. I was a sergeant. But, man, to be 23 years old and to be a cop in Atlanta, your life is screwed, dude. The rest of your life is going to be screwed.
I was a hard-working bro when I was 23 years old.
Back then, that's all you thought about. I worked 7 days a week.
All I thought about was money. Because
I didn't have any.
Yeah,
that's the way I was.
Yeah, but at 23, I was making. I was making about $8.50 an hour.
Wow!
As an electrician's helper.
Yeah, you
busting my butt. I mean, I was in the ditches while the older guys were sitting in the vans, pointing, telling me what to do.
Yep.
Like I remember. When Conyers Honda was being made, the job trailer was on Sonny's property because it was asphalt, so they had to put the job trailer there. And I remember the general contractor, the older supervisor of the job itself, in the trailer with the blueprints, always looking like he was doing something. And then my boss was sitting there acting like he was doing something, and I was on a ditch witch running from the back of the service bay all the way to the street to wire that sign. So every day when I drive by that sign, I just remember, June, July, and August, sitting on ditch witches. Like I can honestly say I ran all the power in the ground for that entire job. Everything that's in the ground in the service bay is me, and then the showroom is me. The transition between the showroom and the service bay, there's a hill. You don't see it because they put a wall there. But as I was cutting through there, I hit a 12-inch water main that wasn't supposed to be there. You should have seen that when that exploded. It's actually supposed to be a sewer system, but at the time it was pressurized, checking for leaks, all this other stuff.
It was a 20-inch line?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy, I bet you that was fun.
Blue water everywhere.
It wouldn't stop.
Hey, I was okay, though. It was July.
Yeah,
I was cool with it.
I don't think anybody was really concerned about you as much as the water.
Oh, yeah, dude. Those were the days.
Well, see, back then, when you had a job and you were doing your entry-level stuff, when you're doing your entry-level stuff, the people above you had earned the right to be above you.
That's what pisses me off with all these stupid fascist pigs that want to sit there and say, yeah, give the minimum wage people what they want. Okay, so let's give these pants hanging off their ass, not willing to further their own education, not willing to work hard because they just want to hang out at McDonald's and not really do crap. And you want to give them $15 an hour when every day I was up at 5 a.m. I had to be sitting in this man's driveway at 6:15 at the latest, or I'd get left. Because then we had to be in Alpharetta or City of Atlanta or somewhere by 7 when our time started. And on days like we've had 97 degrees, right? 97 degrees. Like I was outside of Eastside Medical while they were blasting rocks for us to run 6 4-inch PVC lines from a transformer into that building. And I'm standing out in a ditch where the wind's not blowing every day for $8.50 an hour. For years, I had to work like that. I started out at $5.35 an hour and had to work until 1999 and 1996. I went up to like $11 an hour.
You're a rich man.
So from roughly that 89 to then, I mean, come on. And I can't even buy a belt to pull my pants up, but I deserve $15 an hour to stand here and F up your orders at McDonald's.
Well, what pisses me off about that is $4 less than what my husband, who is out in the heat every day, working on sides of buildings,
and been doing it for years.
Been doing it for 23 years. That's $4 less than what he makes an hour.
But they deserve it, Stephanie.
No, hell, they don't.
They are entitled.
Get a real job.
They are entitled. They deserve it.
So yeah, when our Big Macs and all of our stuff goes up because you're $15 an hour wage and you're replaced.
Well, if you think about it,
we don't go to your restaurant.
If you really look at where we are now, they're starting to automate the food, man.
Exactly.
Well, they're automating the food, or they have to cut back on their staff. Let's be realistic.
Exactly. I mean, so yeah, y'all keep.
How about this? You get rid of 4 sorry ass employees and get 1 to possibly 2 good employees. Maybe that'll do it. Just
that's okay. Look, they hired them. Okay, remember, our friend and I.
What's your qualifications?
I'm a dumbass.
No. I mean, to work there. Like, I worked at Hardee's when I was 17, and here's the thing that gets me. At 17 years old, I got screwed up, got into a fight, got expelled from school.
Mm-hmm.
My mother said the words to me: "You're either going to reform school or you're getting a job." I went to reform school for maybe 2 days. I think I might have actually attempted a third before I walked out. Because that's where all the drug addicts got. They get caught with drugs. Well, I was there for fighting, so I got sick of hearing, "Hey man, you got any weed? Got any cigarettes?" Just because I had long hair, was a metalhead, doesn't mean I was there for drugs. So I quit. So my mother said, real simple, you got to get a job. So I came down here and worked at Village Inn, and which is now Panera Breads. The problem was I was hanging out, blowing all my money, because we'd get done working here at 11 o'clock at night, and then we'd go over to the theater. Well, after about a year of that, my mother's like, "Look, you got to do something." So I went and had to get a job where I got up at 4 o'clock every morning. I had to be in Hardee's at Stone Mountain and Rockbridge. I had to be in there at 10 minutes to 5.
Jesus.
Clocked in by 5 and making people's breakfast at 5 a.m. And then I would get out of there at 11:30.
Dead tired.
Every day, dude. My mother was just like, if you want a car, you got to pay for your insurance, and you're not living in this house if you're either school or working. It's one of the two.
That's the way my dad was.
I mean, let's be realistic, guys. It is our fault. You cannot blame anybody. We allow this in the military. People used to always say this stuff.
I just got those morons couldn't handle capital letters, real job.
Yeah. Well, in the military, look, it was real easy because you wore your rank on your collar, or your sleeve. So if you didn't have any stripes and there was somebody with stripes and he said, "Go get coffee," your ass went and got coffee.
You know what's funny is I've had people. I have all these rainbow painting, put butterflies on everything, try to tell me what I need to do and try to tell me how the world should be. The problem is we actually speak for the majority of the people because we know these people. The people that work in all these government jobs, they don't really relate to any of these people, so they don't really know. No. But what I find funny is everybody that's listening to this show right now, let's just say 98% of the people listening right now are hard-working American citizens that are busting their butts every single day. We may have a few of the stay-at-home moms listening, and don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that's a job too. But what I'm saying is I want to make sure it's clear that all you people are working hard every day. Doesn't it just blow your mind that you're busting I'm just going to say it. You're busting your nuts, your balls trying to do what you got to do every day to pay for the electricity in your house, the water in your house, the diapers on your kids' butt, whatever it is you have to bust your butt to do. And then you got these other people. Think about when you go to McDonald's, how slack-assed most of them look, but yet they want $15 an hour. That's what pisses me off.
The cussing behind the counter.
Well, people tell me you shouldn't take it so personal. It's my cash. I can spend it how I want to. I can take it personal. We had a friend that went into Walmart the other day. No lie, I hadn't aired this till now because I want to let it kind of slide by. But it was last Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, it was one of those nights. She went into the Walmart, and I won't give out the location, but she goes into Walmart and says the words, "Can you tell me where so and so is?" And the employee says it's over there near the Clorox and sheet.
She said that in the store.
No, the
she
employee
didn't
said
say
it.
it. The employee
The employee said it. But didn't say sheet, by the way. That's my word substitute. The employee said over there next to the Clorox and sheet.
All right.
Yeah, I heard all about that.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Is that not insane?
Where
These slack asses. I've walked by one as they were standing there on a ladder putting changing numbers on one of them rollback signs. I said, "Hey man, there's a dude right there that just shoved a bunch of stuff down in his pants." The guy looks down at me, kept doing what he was doing. He didn't even acknowledge the fact that I spoke to him.
Yeah.
I don't at one particular location that I'm talking about.
Hold on 1 second. Let the Big Mac go up on price, and maybe it'll help the population move to a healthier living.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, I doubt it. They're not going to get involved because they're ripping them off too. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
The level of shrink and loss at Walmart has gone up considerably over the years.
I just got this from a construction worker that says, "Amen. I will outwork any of them kids I hire."
Yeah, I know, absolutely. But see, the thing about it is
I got this. When is my burger going to look like the one in the picture?
Yeah, that too.
No truth in advertising anymore.
Because you pay $7 for one that it doesn't look like the picture. First of all,
the only thing we can do there, folks, is stop buying them. That's all you can do.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
But you know what's going to happen is that's going to happen. I mean, they've already said that McDonald's sales are even been dropping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only because
we need to get
Chick-fil-A,
Tomasi or
who?
Yeah,
John Tomasi. He's
Or
one of the
Rose.
district
yeah.
in this area for McDonald's. We need
Great
to get
for
him.
He's one of the district managers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's the family owns too, don't they?
Yeah, he actually owns it.
Yeah.
And then Lynn.
But see, this is why you go to
Rose.
Dairy Queen at West Avenue.
Well,
They are not.
yeah.
They are not a
Yeah.
sponsor.
Or you go to the social house.
But you go. But we're talking about fast foods.
I know.
But you go see Cash, Mr.
Yeah,
Awesomeness.
he is
You go
awesome.
see Cash and watch the level of respect.
Yeah.
If y'all want to see something that will blow your mind, you go. I promise you, this is no exaggeration from the truth. You go in there. You do this as an experiment to try to prove me wrong. A lot of the haters that like to try to prove me wrong. Well, I dare you, you little snot, to go in there and tell me you had a bad experience at that Dairy Queen. That is the #1 Dairy Queen I've ever seen in my entire life. The customer service is amazing.
Because he's big on that.
Cash keeps those guys running just right, teaches them honor and respect, and gets them better educations. And this dude puts forth such an effort to give back to his community to make sure these people are doing right. And it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing when you go in that. I've never been in a business
And it's always clean.
I walk away every time going, holy cow. Like, I can't believe those people were so nice to me there.
And you know, the kids that work there are happy.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they are. They
They're
love it.
happy. And you know what? He'll put it up on his marquee sign out on the road. Now hiring. If you're worthless, don't apply. So, and you're starting to see more of that, and which is good because that is truthfully our freedom of speeches. But hey, look, he holds them to a higher standard.
Yes. Now, how about this? Okay, because this just popped in as I was going to read. That Dairy Queen is awesome, and everyone speaks to you. So that goes back to Dairy Queen. Now, here's from a police officer. In the last month, I've worked my normal hours and had 30 hours of overtime. And these slack aces want to make as much as I do? Question mark. There is no way these dumb butts who can't even get people's orders right deserve $15 an hour.
Well, it's going to happen.
And this actually even says that they cannot add. I did that the other day.
Oh.
I'm not trying to be smart, but but it was real simple. I had to stop into the Piggly Wiggly. Stephanie swung me in there. Her and Travis swung me in there on the bus. I went in to get some Tupperware bowls. It was 3 bowls pressed together for like, I don't know.
I think they were like $1.
It was just something right.
Like
but I gave her a 5, and it was amazing watching the girl count out what the screen told you how much you owed me.
Yeah, it's that bad.
But she would, and dude, I used to be a manager of a BP gas station. Running the registers, come on, it's not that bad. Dude, I did all sorts of stuff before I started doing electrical work. And watching her count out stuff out of the change drawer, you see her doing finger in this drawer, finger. And then she puts it back and does it again. And then she's got her in her left hand. So she's like counting what she already has in her hand. And she has to go back. And then she's counting what she has in her hand and goes back. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, you should get $15 an hour.
Well,
I think you deserve $15 an hour, and then the rest of us need to be paid in gold booyah. I mean, come on. Every one of us deserve a 1-ounce gold bar by the end of the afternoon.
I don't know. Hey, look, I tell you,
our reserve will become reserved for who?
If you look at the blotter report for, let's say, Rockdale County or Newton County, if you don't know, blotter report is the arrests that took place over a certain period of time. And Rockdale County is really good about posting theirs. And I like to read them every week. One, I'm looking for people I know. No, I'm joking.
Of course you are.
I like to look at them because it gives me an idea of the age bracket that's, causing the trouble for the most part. And then I like to look at their charges because it kind of tells you where your community is. And I tell you what, you know why these people want $15 and $20 an hour is because almost every person on this list is in that age bracket, 18 to 25. Almost every person on this blotter report. And it's because they think that they don't have any money, so it's okay to drive without a license. It's okay. See, nobody is teaching these people. I'm serious. And
where did the parents go?
Well, look, when I grew up, and I'm the oldest one in the room here. When I grew up, Dad worked, Mom was at home.
Yeah, but dude, that's no excuse. Okay, when I woke up in the mornings, my mom was already gone. We lived in Farrington off Panola Road. My mom was already gone. I woke up at 7-something. You know what? I had my little LED red clock. That's all we had back then. I'd hit snooze. I'd get myself up. I'd go fix some Cheerios. I'd sit and watch the Three Stooges and the Little Rascals. I'd get on my bicycle. I'd pedal my ass to school. I would do my school. I'd pedal my ass home.
Do your homework.
Try to get out of doing homework.
Chores.
Play until my mother got home at 6 o'clock.
Right. And during the summer,
and I knew right from wrong.
And during the summer, you do basically the same thing, but you'd go down to the clubhouse.
Yeah, we'd hang out.
We'd throw darts,
swim. We would do all that kind of stuff. But what gets me is I still knew right from wrong. I didn't start getting in trouble until I was a teenager because I was just hanging out with them crowds and being stupid because I wanted to be stupid. But it's not that I didn't have a mother teaching me responsibilities.
Yeah, now the time that we were doing all that, shooting pool too, because remember they had a pool table in there.
I'm just shaking my head like this is insane.
Wait, if you did something wrong in that clubhouse or remember the pool area down there,
your ass was gone.
Yeah, that was it. And we didn't, man. We always took care of that place.
You didn't fart around down there because you had to be like invited from a member.
Yeah,
and it was just like when we would be down there, our friend Woody would be like, "Look, dude, you screw up, my parents are getting a phone call."
Yeah.
So at Meadowwood, we got to go swim because we lived there, but Farrington, you couldn't. It was a country club. It was to do. It was a privilege. It was a privilege to go there.
And what?
We knew it, so we treated it with utmost respect because we knew there isn't no 3 strike rule. You screw up, they say don't come back.
My mother's best friend lived over there. Now my dad had passed away, but my mother's best friend, and when she would tell me like Thursday, hey, tomorrow we're going to go over Sam's house. Do you want to spend the weekend? And I'd be like, hell yeah. At Farrington? Hell yeah. Because the stuff was cool,
Well, I was always working during the summertime because my grandfather, he owned a body shop, and back then he had the account for all of the DeKalb County school buses. So that's how I spent my summers, was painting school buses, even at 12, 13 years old.
And see, I had an uncle that
I
I had one uncle that was a mechanic with Atlanta Gas Light Company. So I was getting paid to go down there in the winter, put on my nice warm clothes. On Saturdays, I would get all the fleet cars, run them out there, hit them with the hot pressure washer, drive them in there. Those guys would do the oil change. While they're doing the oil change, I was washing another one. So all the ones that were supposed to be getting oil changes, I washed all the fleet cars. And then the ones that had to get the oil change after the wash, I let them dry a little bit, drive them in there to the service bay. That's what I did on Saturdays. In the summer, more warmer months, we were doing roofs. The other uncle did roofs. Delivering phone books. Do you remember that? Good Lord.
Oh yeah. Well, my mom, she did Avon, so I would go around with her delivering the Avon. So
okay, so do you see the consistency and all of that? So now mom and dad, if they're still together, are working. They're out of the house. The joke used to be years ago that MTV was raising our kids, but hell, I don't even know anybody who watches MTV anymore.
Yeah, but it's the different breed of children that are watching it now. They're not like us. It's like the difference of Clydesdales being workhorses, and then you got show ponies.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about what is the Texas walking horse that they have to abuse to get it to actually
Tennessee Walker.
Yeah, whatever that thing is, that's kind of where we are now. It's like watching the dude with the limp rob Rite Aid. I mean, you know, you can't even rob the bank properly. You can't even rob Rite Aid properly.
I have 3 kids and 2 grandkids. Now, my daughter was a police officer. She still works kind of with the DMV and stuff. My oldest son is Max Payne. He's at Southern Polytech, which is a very strict school. You know, you can't even drive or have a car on campus like your first year or two. It's really weird. So he's in his 2nd year there, very strict as far as grades and everything else. Then my youngest, Santino, is 13, who's brilliant and never got in trouble ever, you know. So when you go back and you think about that, why is that? One, you think I'm a big a-hole as far as raising my kids. Their mother would not, I would kill them. Their mother would go to their gravesite every day and yell at them. You see what I'm saying? We're part of their lives because we do want them to be successful and faithful to God and everything else. So we do drag them to church still.
Right.
So if you got a bad kid out there, there's probably nothing you can say to me that says my kid is completely out of control. I can't control it. It's not so much that it's just that you get fed up with the crap, and then you just say, okay, look, you're so smart. Go out there on your own. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It's up for discussion, obviously. But I can tell you this: look at the blotter report. It's depressing. It really is to see so many of these kids that are driving without proper documentation. Why don't we go?
You know, used to you had to have driver's ed.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, that
why
used
not
to be a
6th
school
grade?
thing. I remember a school. That was a school thing that we went to driver's ed.
And you had to have a certain, and then they passed that law that you had to keep a certain grade point average.
Right.
What happened to if you failed school and you didn't go to school, you didn't get your license till you're 18? What happened to that?
I don't know.
Man, look, why is it that nobody in like 5th, 6th grade, a police officer, they got resource officers. Why not? Why don't they go in there and go, look, if a police officer pulls you over, yes, you are required to show him documentation of your driver's license.
I know a real school officer now. You know, I just met up with her a couple weeks ago, and I can get her.
Well, I would be interested.
I
would be interested to see if it's the school system that's saying this or if it's just fell by the wayside. But look, we had a class that was called something, 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 and the law. And the reason why I remember it is because my mother was an attorney at the time. She had just passed the bar, but she used to be a U.S. Marshal. And my teacher goes, hey, can you ask your mom to come speak to the class?
Right.
I'm like, that sucks. But yeah, I did it. She did, and she came in there. You know what she said? She started giving statistics. She said, okay, see how many people are in this class? Okay, from right here over, you guys will be incarcerated for drug-related crimes. This group right here, this row of people, this many people out of this group will commit a felony by the time you're 21. And you know what? When my mom left and I'd be hanging out in the halls like a day or two later, people used to come up to me and go, your mother scared the living crap out of me. I said, you ought to live with her.
But, you know, think about what you used to. Used to, people didn't fart around because they were scared. Oh, you shouldn't have to rule your house in fear. It's called respect, dummies.
It's
Like
not
the
very
world
cool.
should need more of it.
And
Look, hey, we're at 8:12. Let's hit the commercial. Real
cool
quick.
beans, cool beans.
Hey, I'm throwing this song out to every one of you hard-working citizens of the United States of America.
Well, I guess that really wouldn't be me, would it?
Well, it would be out. Get it.
Okay, cool. Love Huey Lewis, man. Oh God, my head hurts. Jesus, I got something growing on the side of my head here.
It's a tumor.
I got a tumor. You know what? Nobody is telling these people. I'm serious, and that's what they're doing. Is of course, ignorance is bliss. It's no excuse, but it does cloud the system. So here, how come somebody's not saying if you don't have license, you don't have a phone?
Listening.
If you don't have a license, can't see it.
So at least then on 90% of the time. Worst case scenario, once the guest is here, we push it flush against the wall and just turn the power off.
Hey. My old Max was hanging out with me, and he was like, "Dad, would you be upset with me if I got a tattoo?" I said, "No. I mean, you're 19. You can do whatever you want to. Just get it from." I told him, I said, "Get it from our sponsor." He said, "Okay." And I
Well,
said,
you want to get it from the best you can anyway.
I told him, I said, "I'm thinking about one too, so maybe we'll go." He saw mine. He goes, "Oh wow, I wouldn't mind that either." I said, "Dude, your arms are so small though. You'd have to get it on your leg." That's funny.
I'm not going to laugh at that one because that was funny.
That would be.
It was sad.
You're a dick.
Oh.
No, but I mean,
Calling him a twig.
yeah, but
Look at you. Give it a couple of years. Okay.
He's got nothing up here, man. Neither one of them. They're little scrawny little kids.
Can you tattoo a chicken bone? No, I'm not asking for a chicken bone on my arm. I'm asking you, is it possible to tattoo on one?
Both so freaking scrawny, man.
Do you? Can you tattoo on spaghetti noodle?
He had
Because
me look up his mother's family's crest, and I was like, "Damn it!" He's like, "What?" And I go, "It looks better than our family crest." I hate that too. I mean, I'm not going to get her family crest on me, but I think I'm going to get to. Okay.
all right, we're back.
To the
We had
shack.
somebody call, and I'm returning the call. Who it is?
Yeah, while we're figuring, I'll wait till.
Yeah,
after the
don't even
call,
start.
'cause
Just wait.
I had something to interject about single parents raising.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Chris speaking.
Hey, Chris, somebody called this number. Hey, look, you call and talk to my wife. This is her phone.
Who is this?
Who's this?
This is Chris.
Well, you call my wife's phone.
Who's your wife?
Oh, like you don't know. You called her, left a damn message.
What kind of message?
Hey, Chris, it's your brother.
Oh.
I'm live on the radio.
I'm sitting there going, who in the hell are we talking to? And Mike's pointing going, it's my brother.
It's my brother, Chris. How's it going, brother?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, man, we're not on that topic right now, but I was
Which
definitely
one?
well. There's.
Topic.
I thought you were going to call about Gossamer.
You mean Goosifer?
Gossamer, Goose. It's Gossamer.
Gossiper? Is he a gossiper?
No, hey, now the rumor is they found him dead.
Gossiper?
Yeah. Hey, the rumor is they found him dead. Is that true?
No.
Okay,
They
cool.
also said he was missing from his jail cell.
Right.
No, that is the administration trying to divert you from the
Yeah.
hacked information.
This is the
Actually,
guy.
He's on Google right now.
Oh, is
he's
he?
on Google.
This is
right now.
just for our
Yeah,
listeners and
he's
the rest of the
running.
staff. This is the guy who hacked Hillary Clinton's emails, and he's going to release
Yes,
them.
and he did it. And
Oh,
he did
I'm
it in
excited.
homage to
Yeah.
Romanian hacker hacking while she was Secretary of State.
Right.
And,
He wasn't in this
but
country.
He's on
But,
Google right now. He's on the run, but he's answering questions. So if you want to.
now,
what
where would I
questions
find that?
find?
Seriously, and then where would I find that on
Okay.
Google?
Okay, you just type in Goosifer.
Gossamer.
Guccifer.
Hold on. What was it again? Spell it.
Guccifer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 2.0.
2.0.
And you should. I've got a lot of information. Matter of fact,
Isn't it-
WikiLeaks is going to release today a whole bunch of the emails that the FBI said wasn't hacked. Well, Secretary of State, ha ha. Well, anyways, he's replying to everybody's questions. He's
Okay.
saying they're looking for me, they can't find me. They're making up stories like I'm missing from my jail cell and all kinds of stuff.
Isn't this social media is crazy? Okay, is he on Twitter? Is that what it is, or is he on the
No,
WordPress?
He's on Google. He's on Google. He's posting
Let
on
me
Google.
see. It might be from WordPress here. Oh,
He's on.
I got.
You should get a whole bunch, enough to keep you busy for a week there. Let me tell you something. I've already been examining it, and I'm not even. I'm not even a needle in the haystack yet.
I think I'm
There's so many thousands of pages.
This, you know what? This is so crazy, man. And you know, now the FBI, in reality, they just give recommendations. They don't actually charge. So there's a chance that the DOJ is going to come
I've got
to
a
their senses.
different opinion about the
I know.
FBI. I've been telling the
I know.
government.
Hey, listen,
the FBI's crap.
listen.
But hey,
We
listen,
can't do
listen
that
here.
on the morning show.
She hasn't even. We haven't even had the election yet, and she's destroying the country.
Oh, I know.
So get out there and talk to some Democrats and try to.
Democrats.
be silly.
That's how I use that. Democrats. I know. See, people are
You
asking
look
me,
pretty healthy there, buddy.
Chris, people are asking me, what does he mean he's on Google? I'm having the same problem. I put it on Google and I get a whole bunch of listings of like, is it Google Plus? Is it Twitter? It's got to be something live, I'd imagine.
I'm using Google Chrome,
Okay.
but hey, listen, I've already talked to 5 people today. For some reason, I'm getting a lot more information, getting a lot more access. I even got the zipped up files that Wiki's going to leak today.
Okay, cool. All right, here, let me let you go.
I mean, I can email them over to you.
Yeah, email them to that email address, and I'll take a look at them. Now, look, my show changed. It's not on Wednesday nights. It's moved to Monday nights now.
Okay.
All right, and if you have a website or something like that we can go to see where he's running from, that would be awesome. People are asking me.
I'll forward it over to you
Okay.
as soon as I can. And listen, this is huge for you guys because it broke 2 weeks ago. Mainstream media will not report it because it will bring them all down.
Can you?
And hey, guys, listen, keep your heads up now because she's still under investigation for espionage. Look into the Clinton Foundation.
Right.
Okay, and ask yourself why Saudi would give her $25 million this year.
Oh, definitely.
I hope they lock her up. You know what I believe they should take her? fly a plane over the desert. I mean, like, do a flyby really low, just open the door and push her. No parachute, just push her right out in the sand and leave her.
How in God's name could you still? And she's campaigning with Obama today.
I find that to be illegal. I think
200,000 just take that plane off.
That should be illegal for our elected official who is in office right now to use any government needs, whatever, to do anything for her. With him being in office, he shouldn't be on either side. He should be neutral. He should not be involved with any elections at any point.
And he was talking smack on Trump.
Colonel Schaefer said last night that there may be blackmail from countries like Saudi Arabia or China or Russia. And that's highly plausible because why would they give her $500 million for the foundation? Google Clinton Foundation.
Right.
They'll be blown away.
All right, let me let you go because we got to talk about some other things on the morning show. But send me that stuff and get ready for next Monday. You know who Herman Talmadge III is, right?
Okay. I'll be speaking with Johnny Isakson's office today. And like I said, bro, you look healthy, folks. And
thank you.
Keep up the good work.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, love you.
See you later.
All right, man. Love you too, brother.
Well, Secret Service. Coming to get us. Hey, how about we've been watching all these videos over the weekend about our first lady really being a dude?
There is that one where she's walking and it looks like she's grabbing her jump.
There's tons. Like there's a video of her on Ellen DeGeneres as she's dancing. It looks like her package is bouncing around. They're saying there's other stuff where he did it where Obama is speaking live and he is speaking about people and he's talking about and he's naming people's names and he says, and then last night me and Michael decided to sleep in. I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff that they're now and apparently this happened in 2014 when people started pushing it. But we just came across it over the weekend. There's a lot of video that's saying, she's 5'11". They're talking about that she was once a man. They're showing it's just crazy. They're now saying the first lady is questionably the first transgender, and that's why the push for the bathrooms was the way it was. There's all sorts of stuff.
Kind of makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
How does it not make sense? It doesn't.
Come on.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that why not? If he's married to a transgender, why he's going to push the issue?
How about the colors on the White House? When they did the rainbow colors, that's such a. And flying the flag at half-staff because Whitney Houston died of a freaking overdose in her tub.
How about that thing where it said? Actually, I saw it in the Foxhole Network, where it had the picture of the soldiers holding the flag up that was taken. I think that was what Iwo Jima. I can't ever say it.
Oh yeah, Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
And
you can say overseas. We'll be okay.
Okay. And then they said
this is bravery.
This is bravery, and then they have a flag, the rainbow flag
type thing.
Yeah. And then there's real bravery.
Yeah, I saw that too, and of course the Foxhole Support Network is pretty much all either staff from the radio here or veterans.
Them sorry ass veterans, they get no respect, get no good health care. Who are they?
Yeah,
just saying.
But they're not as brave as someone that comes out of the closet and let it be known that they're gay.
I personally do not care about anyone else's sexual orientation other than the individual I'm interested in.
That was very disrespectful.
I think it was extremely. I think this guy.
You just listen. If you can be a transgender and stand right next to me in the bathroom, just make sure that when you shake your stuff off, you shake it right direction.
That's so gross.
Just don't shake it towards me.
What's
that song? Oh my God, Luke Bryan, shake it for me, baby. It'd be like, don't shake it towards me, girl. Don't shake it towards me, girl. Shake it for my. Sorry, let's just keep going.
It was so disgusting, man.
I was painting the image, and I bet at least three people are ready to choke me right now because they're like, "Ooh, I could just see it, right? I could just see it."
Does anybody else just look at Clinton?
How about the transgender
God,
in the
you're getting good
bathroom
with
with
this.
all the metal bracelets when they go to shake their junk off?
Oh
It sounds
my
like somebody shaking their keys.
Sounds like
when
a Turkish
Zaylee goes,
belly dancer.
"Come on, Daddy, let's go," and she's shaking her keys.
Sounds like a freaking Turkish belly dancer. Now, y'all seen the picture of the first lady walking and the wind's blowing her skirt?
Yeah, I think I posted that
And
in the fun.
Was
the
it not?
fun
Yeah. And
text
it
thing.
oh, it's just, I'm not, what could that be?
All right, so look, this is
Definitely looks like a banana.
Sorry, banana.
I didn't say it was a big banana.
Ah!
wow.
That's funny. I don't care what.
Hey.
All right, so we got any stories this morning other than Michael Obama?
Well, you know, the whole Clinton thing is a buzz. It's on every network.
Well, you know, somebody else had brought up, y'all are talking about politics, and I said, you know what? It's just a hot topic right now.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like right now it's early voting for our local government.
Mhm.
And, I tried to explain to people is your local government, everybody needs to be voting because even if you live in Walton County, you have to work in Gwinnett County. So if the people in Gwinnett are not paying attention, stupid stuff gets voted on and it screws you up because you work in Gwinnett County. If you're not doing what you need to do in the county you live in, it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everybody. Can you imagine if people aren't paying attention? I mean, and you got to think about where you live. All these laws are getting passed where you live and you don't even notice. Like you go to the store and all of a sudden you figure something out and you go, when did this happen? 2 years ago. It's because you're not paying attention. I used to be the biggest person to stand up and say, I don't vote because it doesn't matter. I used to scream it for years until I started realizing, when I did the whole thing about taking the Satanism stuff off the wall in the high school, used to, I believed that one voice can't make a difference. And then I watched what we did and how fast and big it took off. And the next thing I know, a limo's picking me up and taking me down to be live on Fox across the United States at 5 o'clock in the morning and then CNN by noon. One person, me and my wife, we are one voice. I was able to sit and speak to the entire nation, and then it went around the world. My one voice.
Yeah.
If we all united, our one turns into millions. Go watch the movie Ants. That is the best example because everybody's watching it with their kids. One can cause a chain reaction to make more stuff happen.
Sure.
Like Stephanie.
I have this from a listener. This issue, and this is going back to the first lady, actually maybe being the first man. This issue has mostly been that of only a few speculators until Joan Rivers brought it into the mainstream when she said to the world that Barack is gay and Michelle is a transgender. She died from a relatively simple medical procedure not too long afterwards.
Where's my Twilight Zone music?
I don't know. Just play the Clinton freaking campaign song. Jeez. If you could, there's a lot of people saying that's why the FBI director is just like, and Loretta, the AG, are just going along with what the program is, because nobody wants to die, man. Yeah, and you're probably being threatened, in a way that doesn't really sound like it, but when there's that much,
Look, man, if the government can take out Martin Luther King, if the government can take out Lincoln, if the government can take out the Kennedys, all the Kennedys, then why can't we just happen to have a plane go down? Am I speaking? I don't want to get arrested, y'all. I'm using the word if.
Yeah,
but if all that can happen, then why has nobody done anything? Like, the military people cannot be happy about all the stuff the Clintons have done.
Yeah, man, but you're talking, that's a military coup, and believe it or not, it's you would be found guilty and charged with the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Yeah, but do you really believe stuff like this hadn't happened before?
Oh, no, it's been happening. It's just so blatant now, I guess, for the FBI director to stand up there and literally say, "Yeah, it's she broke the law, but there was no intent." Well, damn, man. When I speed, my intent isn't on speeding. It's on getting somewhere faster. What the hell? I can twist words too.
Oh, and this little article that was sent, it goes all into even saying what Michelle Obama's name was when she was born.
Oh my God.
And it was Michael LaVaughn Robinson.
Y'all are disgusting.
No, we're just telling what people have been talking about.
He
haven't seen any of
was
this.
born in Chicago,
How have
Illinois.
you not seen any of this?
I just
It's
saw the one
hilarious.
Steph sent. That's really
Keep
the only
going,
thing I've
Steph.
seen.
It's funny.
Michelle Obama, First Lady of the United States, was born Michael LaVaughn Robinson in Chicago, Illinois on January 17th, 1964. He was the second son born to Fraser Robinson III, a well-known cocaine dealer and Union thug for crime lord Mayor Richard J. Daley, and Marion Shields Robinson, a transit street prostitute who was diagnosed with the HIV virus in 1998.
Oh my God.
He
Look.
was a popular high school.
Look at these pictures while she's talking, Mike. Look.
He was a popular high school.
Oh my God.
athlete,
Stop it.
and in 1982, he accepted
Look.
a scholarship to play middle linebacker for the Oregon State Beavers.
Stop.
After
Oh, come
finishing
on.
a respectable rookie season with 88 tackles and 7.5 sacks, he suddenly dropped out of the school. Fellow teammates observed that
Oh,
Robinson
God.
could regularly be heard laminating over how he is a woman trapped inside a man's body. And on January 13th, 1983, he underwent sex reassignment surgery at Johns Hopkins University. And to hide the shame of his new identity, Michael left Oregon to attend Princeton under his new legal name, Michelle Robinson. Years later, he met Barry Obama Jr., a Kenyan immigrant who later became aware of Michelle's true identity. They subsequently married and adopted 2 children.
Mike's over here dying because of these pictures.
I can't believe there's that
What's this?
many.
What's this?
There's that many photos.
I wanted to show
Oh,
you.
yeah, there's a
okay, so
bunch.
now let me move this down. All right, everybody, we're going to piss people off, but who cares, right? Watch this
There are a
video.
couple that are disgusting.
Watch this video.
Oh, she does have
Oh my God. Man, I'm
Mike's
tripping.
about to die.
I'm freaking tripping. I swear to
They
God,
say
I'm
she
tripping.
has the Adam's apple.
Oh my God, Mike just watched it. We just did it on video. We showed her dancing on Ellen DeGeneres, and Mike's just like, no.
Oh my God.
Package check.
That's funny.
I saw that one picture. I thought it was funny. There is a
Mike
whole
thought it was
freaking
Photoshop. So I
gallery.
just saw the video.
There's
Now
a
he's
whole
like,
that
Yeah,
one in
there's
the
a
green
whole-
dress. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch out there. And then, now the ones where people are saying that she's a lizard person,
What?
no,
Okay, what's that mean? I don't know what that means.
that
I'm lost either. Tell us, explain us the wise one.
that she's an
I
alien.
mean, you
that
already,
she's
you
a
already
lizard.
talk like Obi-Wan, or it's hard to
Yeah.
understand. So.
I don't believe anything,
I
so.
thought it was Boomhauer. I thought it was all right.
We need a redneck translator to call in, please.
She just gave that back to you, brother.
All right, what else we got? We got 2 minutes for
the
commercial.
Mega Millions jackpot has rolled over again.
Yeah, I got some hanging on my sun visor. I need to go run under the scanner. I tell you, everybody says not to play quick picks, but come on, there's nobody knows how these numbers are going to
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, nobody knows.
And the quick pick machine now has the infrared red scanner, whatever, where you can just walk up and scan your barcode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you might not think you won anything, but you still might have won a
couple
dollar
of
or
dollars,
10.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it is now rolled over to $500 million. It's $508 million. The winning numbers were 9, 46, 53, 64, and 73. Plus the mega ball was 10, but no one matched those numbers.
But you know they've changed the
So-
lottery. That's why nobody's winning, because they've screwed up and changed your odds of winning. They added like extra numbers that now makes it harder to win,
Yeah.
which is why instead of there being a decent amount of money and more winners, they now have stretched it out. But you know why? Because the government's making all their money off of this money.
Yeah.
I mean, think about 500 million for 3 weeks. Look at the money they're making off of that money.
Oh, well, not only that, but also the taxation. As once you pay
That's
those,
right.
where does that money go, man?
That's right.
I'm sure it's documented. I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm just curious because the real big one was what, 1.2 billion?
Yeah, man. I would love to win that 500 million on Megan.
Oh,
golly, we'd be
we'd have a
dangerous.
blast. Yeah, we'd have a blast.
We'd be
It would be out
dangerous.
of control.
I told my wife the other day, I kept saying I was going to do this and do this and do this. I said, truthfully, I think we would go buy some property, build some houses. We might go a little crazy, but I really visualize buses and us touring the United States. That's what I visualize. There's so many things I'd like to see.
I definitely would build a community for all of us.
Oh yeah, that would be a compound.
I'd definitely buy a new car.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry
But
about
I
that.
really, truthfully, I wouldn't give you any money. I've already decided I wouldn't give Military Mike any money. I said we were going to spend $500,000 and buy some tour buses, like buy $500,000 tours and buy another one. Mike goes, I'm buying a Lambo. I'm like, why would you blow the money on a Lambo? He said, because I'd look sexy.
Okay, I'll buy a BMW i8.
To pull behind the bus, right?
No, I'll run in front of you guys. I'll be like Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, really?
But it'll be like DJ Scottie and the
I just think it would be cool.
Poe.
I think it would be really awesome to have a couple of big tour buses and just go cruise, dude. Go see everything.
I know, man. Can I meet y'all there? The RV thing is.
I used to love it.
You wouldn't want to be in a $500,000 bus. I'm not talking no
I know
friggin'
they're nice. Believe me.
Chevy Chase, whatever. I almost said
Shoot,
Chevy
those
Checker.
are fun too. Because my
No,
papa,
not talking no piece of crap RV. I'm talking.
my papa had a sports coach, and at the time, I mean, it was an older model.
He had a sport coat. I thought y'all buried him
No,
in just for fun.
Good morning.
What's happening, man? Are you on
How are
topic?
you? Yes, I am.
Okay, what you got?
what topic are you on though? Because we've skipped to another
We are
one.
on RVs and buses.
and traveling the world.
I picked up where you guys were talking about what you guys would do with the Mega Man winning.
Yeah, that's what we're
Okay.
saying. That Mike, I told Mike I'd give him $1 million. And he's
That's
like, I'm
what
going to
I
buy a Lambo. I'm like, no. So I've decided now I'm not giving him money. I will put his money in a trust fund so that he can't blow it on stupid. Like, he needs a Lambo.
Spit.
I'm not.
I gotta get
giving you-
A's or B's
I'm
or I
not
don't get
giving
my
you-
money.
I'm not giving you $1 million. I'm gonna have to play grandpa to him. I'm like, we're gonna buy.
If I don't get A's or B's in school, I don't get my money.
We're gonna buy a bunch of tour buses and we're gonna take just for fun around freaking United States live
Yes,
from the Grand Canyon, live from the Bounty Ranch.
that would be awesome.
I'll have to get Mike a muff mic.
That would be
Put a GoPro and a sweatband on his head.
Oh my god!
Look, Michelle Obama really is a dude.
that would be awesome.
What are you doing in that room, military? Damn.
That would be
I gotta just spit it.
Oh my god!
I gotta just spit it out.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, we lost him. Oh my god! I was trying to fix something.
I got
We
you
lost-
to spit.
Oh my god, that was awesome, dude. I died. Oh my god.
But no, my papa had a sports.
Oh my
coach.
god, it's in my nose.
I
And
got somebody saying the audio on YouTube is horrible.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I've got to get this fixed. I can't figure out what's going on with it.
Hey, listen, I was approached last week to do a documentary on a combat veteran, and they might be following. If I do get the part, they might be following me around with cameras, so they might be coming here in the mornings.
Okay.
So just to let you know, yes, you do have to get the freaking YouTube volume right. It really does suck.
I've always been working on it. I just can't figure out
What can we
what's
do?
going on. I don't know.
Is there anybody that like a sound
I've been
guy
working
that-
on stuff just for fun. I've been trying to figure it out for a month now.
good morning,
All right, we're back.
Hey, Drew.
DJ Scottie.
Yes.
So that would be awesome But if I won the Mega Million jackpot,
We ain't talking about you winning it. We talking about just for fun winning it.
I know. But here's what I would do with the Mega
Okay.
Million. I would, after I won the money, if money was no object, I would change the marriage laws if I was allowed.
How
You
does
wouldn't be
money
able
have
to.
anything
You
to do with
wouldn't
the
be
marriage
able
laws?
to.
You're still gonna have to marry a woman, dude.
I know, but here's the thing. And I know this is a long way, but do you realize that if me and my girlfriend got married, we cannot do it legally because I would lose my benefits
Yeah,
as a disabled
yeah,
as
I
a disabled
understand.
person.
Yeah, I understand that. Same thing
Yeah.
here with me getting a job. I can potentially lose parts of my VA compensation.
Now y'all just took winning money and got all weird and serious.
Well, you're not going to give me any money, so I don't care.
So back to what if
Right.
we really won money, Drew? Because that's where the story was. We were saying that we were going to buy the bus and not allow Mike to go blow his money on a stupid Lamborghini.
And we would travel.
We would have to get him a
country.
Lamborghini and a can opener
Could you
and a
see?
tube of Vaseline.
No,
Could
man,
you
I
see
fit him.
us doing a
You'd have
live?
to get the Diablo with the convertible top, and we'd have to lower you into it.
No, man,
With
I'm
the
telling
wheel
you.
lift.
I'm telling you. Yeah, a big guy like me, you fit in it. It's not because it's only a 2-seater,
I know, and you would take up
That's-
both.
and the seats are
That's
hard to
awesome.
get into, but great once you get there. Seats.
Could you see us
But-
doing a live show
but-
over the Grand Canyon?
Over it.
Well, at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
That would
Why?
be awesome.
Because to say something.
I
say
would
we
love to
did
just wake up
something
there
that-
and do a live show there and
Yeah.
talk to the tourists that are walking around from all different walks of life.
You got
Wake
yelled
up
at.
in New York.
You got
Yeah.
you got yelled at the Just for Fun, or excuse me, the 4th of July in Covington, Georgia, Scotty. You really think they're gonna let you go to the Grand Canyon and do a live?
If we got
Remember-
enough
How did you
money
get
to,
yelled
yeah.
at? Who yelled at me?
You got in trouble.
Well,
Park the bus.
Yeah.
Park the bus. Are you really think the people at Grand Canyon are gonna let you get away with that?
Yes.
Those people are
Yes.
serious out
Yes.
there. They
Well,
will push your bus
you
into
do
the canyon.
have a reputation for being kind of loud.
Who?
DJ Scottie.
Yeah, I
Hey.
know.
Yeah.
nobody ever
It's
said I played well with others.
And you've even said you don't play well with others.
Yeah.
So
That's true. But basically, I would
The problem
buy
I
the-
have is all these people that think they have a right to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. They got no rights to tell me nothing.
right.
I don't answer to them. That's the funny thing.
Who do you answer to?
My wife, my mother, maybe my children. Oh, then there's God. But other than that,
I think that's what we should start doing. When we start getting in trouble, I'm just gonna look at people that are griping at us and I'm gonna go, you do realize I got something here today. See, that shuts anybody
that's
up.
what I'm going to start saying.
Yeah.
Because he
people-
did. I died in an ambulance and he sent me back.
People are so rude to us sometimes. It is
Yes,
amazing.
Yeah.
they are.
If people
Right.
saw that side of this business, they wouldn't want to be. a
Well,
part
it's
of
like I tried to tell somebody the other day. I'm an entertainer. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I don't tell a cook how to cook.
it. Right.
I don't tell a plumber how poop runs downhill. I don't try to tell a roofer how he needs to hang a shingle. I don't need you telling me how to do what I do because you know what? I'm pretty damn good at it.
But before, like I was saying, DJ Scottie, what I would do with the
Yeah,
Thank
but
you,
you keep
baby.
trying to tell me what you were doing. We were talking about just for fun, wanting some money, honey.
yeah, I understand, but basically, I would buy the government and then
You can't
Buy
buy
the
the government.
Where is this coming
Why
from?
do you keep trying to get all serious with the money and try to change the government? Well, just go ahead and spill the beans, Drew.
Right.
You're trying to change the subject. Why do you feel that you need to do something with the government?
I mean, there are
Because
people with billions.
the government needs to make some laws so it's better for people like me and Mike who cannot do the normal things that you and Stephanie take for granted.
Oh,
Really?
No,
How about
whoa,
wait,
don't
wait,
even,
wait,
don't even.
stop? I'm gonna mute you. I want you to explain to me what you think I do.
And to put me in it, Drew, I
Yeah,
have
explain-
a child like you.
Explain that to me.
So,
Do you know
yeah.
I was supposed to have filed Social Security and got put on Social Security in 2002 after my surgery because I'm actually supposed to be walking around on a cane because I actually have nerve damage in my leg. And due to the fact that I've got nerve damage in my leg, I've actually been walking around for over the last year with a messed up ligament in my knee and my ankle. But because my nerves are messed up and I don't feel pain like most people, I'm continuing to walk on it, even though the doctor's already said I need surgery. Because you know why? I'm supposed to be walking on a cane. But how cool of a DJ would I look like if I had to walk on a cane? So I walk like a pirate, kind of peg leg. I put all my weight on my heel. So when you try to say I take for granted, what I do is in front of the cameras and in front of people, I put on a show like a monkey on a string. And then when the lights go down and the cameras get turned off and I go home, I get to sit my fat ass on my couch and swallow ibuprofens and painkillers and hope that I don't feel bad the next morning so I can get up and walk. So I want you to explain to me what I take for granted.
Whoa. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because I know you, and I know that people are disabled in their own kind of way. So what I'm saying is, I would change the laws to make it better for people like you and Stephanie and Ashley who would not normally get half the benefits that they would be getting under my administration.
Oh, I believe the whole system is completely broke. Do you know why I don't go try to get Social Security? I was told I could. I got all the paperwork. They did all the nerve tests and shooting electricity in me, the left leg bouncing off the table like a fish, the right leg barely moving. I can go fight for all that, but I call that double dipping. If I can make a living, I'm going to make a living until I can't. And then I can go for some Social Security. Unlike most people that say, I have stress issues, and they go to a doctor, they get prescribed all these stupid pills that they don't need, and then they get all these doctor notes so they can get Social Security and Medicaid and EBT and all this other crap. I'm definitely not going to say the system works. I'm going to say that it works good for the people that want to take advantage of it. But the problem is that the laws are screwed up. There's nothing we can do about it. We can say all day long what we need to do, but you know what? As long as Pfizer, all these big stupid companies are out there making millions of dollars off these pills, the doctors are going to make their millions. The pharmacy companies are going to make their millions. Everybody's going to make their millions.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to take advantage of the government. I'm just saying.
I do.
Oh, I know you're not.
I do.
I know you're not. Drew, nobody questions you on that. We all know that.
I'm going to start.
If I was president, I would change some laws to make it better for people in wheelchairs and the handicapped people in general.
I just don't know that money is going to do that, man.
I know.
You know what the thing is if you had the money, you would be taken care of. And then what you can do is quit trying to change the government. Because, you know, I fight the system every day. And you know, all it does is put a target on your back and make people hate you. But if you had millions, do you know the first thing you would do? The Drew Foundation.
Yeah.
Because the Drew Foundation would become a nonprofit organization that then could understand your sympathy for wanting to help people, and then you could probably get some backers and sponsors of the big companies that some would actually care about what you're doing, others wouldn't care, but they would use you as their tax write-off, and you would be okay with it because you'd be taking their money to run your foundation to continue to help people that need it. So in big business, yes, it sucks that we would be taking money from crappy people, but at the same time, they're going to be giving their money to somebody, and you might as well give it to me to turn around and help 300,000 people that need it.
Right. And did you know that disabled people are the biggest minority group in America?
Well, yes and no. Depends on how you word it like that, but yes.
And that the unemployment rate for a disabled person is 9.7% higher than that of a normal person.
And I get it because, I mean, truthfully, think about it, Drew. You can't go buy groceries. I get that, and everybody gets it, and people should start really opening their eyes to that. I mean, look, we shuffle Ashley with us everywhere we go.
Right.
You know, because that's the world that Ashley lives in.
Right. And that's the world I live in too. And I'm not trying to make the show all about
No,
me.
no, I got you, brother. I got you.
I'm just trying to voice my opinion that
I
it's
agree.
unfair. That it's unfair for people like us to have to live in a world where we're looked upon as freaks.
Hey, dude, I understand. How about this? Here's how screwed up the system is. So I was making $20.50 an hour and $2,000 when I got in the wreck. That's what I made. My short-term disability and long-term disability paid me $460 a month. I lost pretty much everything that I owned except for my house because thank God I had roommates. But like the cars I drove, the trucks I drove, things that had payments, all that disappeared because I didn't have the money to make those payments. So the insurance part of it, I mean, it was great to have long-term and short-term disability, which I highly recommend for everybody because it's better than losing completely. Some money is still better than no money. I agree with that. But the problem is when they said, Mr. Spence, you can no longer with your right leg go back climbing ladders. You'll have to find another career. So the job that I was making roughly $50,000 a year disappeared. Couldn't do it anymore.
Right. But
So
you know
what was I
what?
supposed to do? I still had child support to pay. What was I supposed to do? Disability with Social Security didn't pay enough to matter much either. So what was I supposed to do? The world we live in, they don't care. But they'll give these sorry bastards $15 an hour up at the McDonald's.
Right.
Yes, they will.
But you know what I'm saying?
I know. Well, let us get out of here and go to a commercial real quick. Hit us up later if you're on something else on one of the other topics.
All right.
All right, brother. See you later.
See you, Drew.
See you later.
All right, and sorry, everybody, we got all serious when we're trying to keep it light. Mike, you're not getting a Lambo.
I want an I-8.
No.
Come on.
I'm going to make sure that you are not giving anything like that.
I want a 4-wheel drive.
So, look, I'm only going to play a few seconds of this song to make light of Mike. And then after that, I'm going to go to another song to all you hard-working citizens. We'll be right back.
See ya.
And yeah, I got to figure out something about this sound. I talked to Billy about it the other day because I was like, dude, I got to get the sound fixed. I hate that we got so serious so soon, but we really just need to stay out of that realm.
God, that was so funny. Y'all caught me off guard with that one. I had no idea. I just thought that was like a Photoshop picture and it was funny or something in her hand or something blew up her skirt. I had no idea there was like a whole gallery of pictures. Do y'all think those are Photoshopped or?
Yeah, but like the video ain't. That popping sounds in microphones.
Like I said, dude, I can do video stuff, but I don't do audio stuff.
The problem is there was popping in a recording the other day of when Bethany played it, and that means I got to fix these wires and stuff under the.
God, man. Oh. Freaking heartache, man. It hurts so damn bad.
That's crazy. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. I'm gonna try it now and see what we got. I'll just have to work on it, you guys. I'm sorry. I wish I knew why it was popping. We thought it was only popping on one microphone the other day. I don't know what was causing it. Crap. I can't believe it sounds that bad.
It does, mister. And, you know, trying to get these big, important people in here. Tell me that I'm dogging you out. Come on. I'm sorry. I wish I knew why it was popping.
Wow, it's cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Only other thing I can do is try to take the input.
We had a damn engineer. Not me, I'm good. I'm a hard working man. This Bitcoin shit's getting crazy, man. It's up to $671 stuff. When I was talking about it and telling everybody to buy it, it was at $300. You would have over doubled your money. Holy crap, it's out of control too, man. Argentina. Is that what I'm reading? Uber switches to the Bitcoin in Argentina after the government blocks Uber credit cards. Oh, that's a story.
Man, them expensive ass cables that I bought. That sucks. I got a flag.
Yep. I believe I do. Oh. You might want to use it because I think this is a little later. Yeah, that's my lid. Oh, it's in my car. Because you know that'll burn your battery down real quick. Let me know if my phone's got one too. Tell me, no phone. My sister-in-law borrows my phone now at night because my brother goes to work, you know, at night, and so it's kind of like she logs into all her stuff. Yeah. You know, so my emails are, and I've got like 6 different email accounts, so they're screwed. Facebook screwed, Twitter screwed. I mean, I love them to death. I'd do anything to help.
All right, I'll just have to hold it out. Running out of time. Sorry, everybody on video. I'm trying to get it figured out. Hopefully, I may have some knowledge of fixing it. Because what's crazy is we're not hearing the pop on our end. Yeah. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. Hey, how's it sound on the app? Hey, Stephanie, take your phone and go over there real quick and turn the app on and see how it sounded. We're hearing that we're getting a lot of weird popping.
Not that kind of pop.
And sounds on video, but if the radio station's sounding good, I'm just gonna have to figure out a way to catch the very same sound source that's going to this and go to video. My problem is when I do get switched over to the Mac, I'll end up having to go right back the way it is. That's why it's wired the way it is now. just Jesus Louise so well. I mean, how do you keep doing this and then not have?
Let's go all super duper high tech, man.
I thought we already were.
Let's blow this mother. Let's burn this mother down.
That's one reason. Does it sound good on that?
Hey, baby.
Well, then we don't know. Okay.
Bella loves me.
So, anyways, that's one reason we were talking about switching over the video portion to the Mac too, because the IBM computer. I say IBM computer. That sounds so prehistoric, but that is the case. That was the original.
Hey, so
hey, everybody on video, I'm fixing to change some stuff around. I'm assuming the guru is listening on video.
I haven't seen him chime in.
I haven't either.
Today,
all right, well, anyone that's watching on video, if you can give us some kind of idea, I'm changing some stuff around. Let's see. I'm gonna take it and put it on regular audio and see what's happening. Mike, anything?
Oh, I had a story on, of course, my favorite, the Bitcoin.
I still don't understand.
Let's see how that works now. Keep going.
Okay, the Uber, and which I'm trying to buy a new car, and I'm gonna do some Ubering and lifting. I think it'd be fun to, do some recordings in there and stuff. Maybe play them on the show. Do a little military Mike confession. I don't know, something like that. I think it'd be funny, but. Uber switches to the Bitcoin in Argentina after the government blocks the use of Uber or credit cards to pay your Uber driver. So isn't that cool? I think that's amazing. If our government, now this is Argentina, obviously, but if our government said, hey, from now on, you can only use money or you can only use cash. You can't use your debit cards anymore. How would that make you feel? Would that piss you off?
By the way, I'm hearing that it sounds better on video now, and I just heard it for myself. So maybe it was running through Manicam, which all of a sudden just started acting stupid.
Manicam's got a mind of her own.
I'm sorry. She does. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she really does. So I think it's funny that the government blocked credit card companies from dealing with Uber. Now, how that happens, I don't know. It's my freaking money, right?
So how do credit card companies block Uber when that's how your payment is through the phone?
I know. Well, I mean, obviously you have to have a credit card on account, Yeah. For Uber there to get paid.
Very peculiar as well.
So, well, I think what it is the government in Argentina is probably trying to back the taxi drivers because this is killing the taxi.
Oh,
industry.
you know it.
So
it's just like, let's word it this way. Big business. The vapes people are going to start fighting with the cigarette people. Now the taxi people are going to be fighting with the Uber people. Mm-hmm. You have to be curious in this manner. What does the taxation? Let me word it that way. Let's compare the taxation through a taxi cab company versus Uber. Is the government going to make more money off the taxi cab company, or are they going to make more money off the Uber people?
All right, tell you right up front, they're going to make more money off the taxi because taxi driver has to pay taxes to drive on the roads. Okay, that's there. The next thing is that taxi drivers are licensed as taxi drivers,
which is more money,
which is more revenue.
Right.
Okay.
And then their company has to pay taxes
because they have to record all the money.
So on the big scheme of things, who's going to profit? Government.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to
be the sheriff of Nottingham,
government.
Baby. She's going to come knocking.
Let me ask you a question, and I love you too, like family.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, and this is serious. Now, military Mike's.
All right, catch this real quick. Don't go nowhere with that question, just for fun.
Hey,
what's up, bud?
Well,
hey, what's going on?
Hey, first thing I got to say, man, is your videos with your drone on those fireworks was epic.
You should fly yours and see how your video would look.
I wouldn't do it.
I appreciate that. Some of them got a little bit too close for comfort.
Oh, but it was amazing, man. It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I was over there. I thought, you know what? I'll run home, grab my drone, and film it from the sky and see what it looks like. I wish I'd have switched the camera to 4K. I only had it set on 720p. I forgot to switch it over.
Man, but there was a couple that were so close, and it really looked cool.
Yeah, I know. I know. When I first flew up there, I was too close. Got some shrapnel. Had to back off.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. So this taxi thing, you know, it's already there. Uber's being sued or has been sued in both New York and San Francisco,
Yeah.
and it is because of the taxi drivers. But remember, you know, in addition to licensing fees and things like that, in New York and San Francisco, the taxi driver has to buy a medallion from the city in order to even drive a taxi. The lowest cost for a New York cab driver medallion is $1 million. $1 million a year.
So wait, would you say
purchase a cab driver medallion?
So would you say in this? This is the question: to do electrical work here in Georgia and most neighboring states, the company owner has to have his license, and then everybody works under his license. Does that happen with the cab company? Does the cab company owner have to have the medallion, and then everybody works under it?
No, it depends. In New York, no, they're all independent. You know, there's checker cabs. They're all checker cab drivers, but they have to purchase and own their own medallion in order to drive.
Each driver.
Each driver.
How the hell can each driver afford $1 million medallion?
They make a ton of money, apparently. I mean,
Holy
cabs
smoke.
aren't cheap, right?
Yeah, but wow.
And then they pass them on to their kids, and they have to renew it each year in order to remain.
When you say renew, what does that entitle or entail, rather?
Paying the fee to New York City.
Another million.
Or whichever locality you live in. So yeah, the cities make a fortune off of licensing cab drivers, which is why they in New York they tried to get Uber banned. In San Francisco they tried to get it banned. I believe in Chicago right now they're trying to get it banned. But the courts have consistently backed Uber up until now. Let's put it this way. We don't know what will happen in the future. So now the move is to in San Francisco, Uber drivers who I think are being pressured by the government and probably the taxi cab unions are now trying to band together to get Uber to treat them as employees and provide benefits and minimum wage and stuff like that.
Yeah, and taxes. I mean, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, Uber, I like the idea of ride sharing. I like the idea, you know, things like Airbnb. You know, it's an opportunity for people to make money without overly being regulated by the government.
Yeah.
But the government's or someone's always going to try to fight against that.
Yeah. Now, medallion taxis have been around since the late 1890s. So, I mean, we're sitting here talking about it, and it kind of struck me as like, holy crap, Noid. But they have issued 51,398 medallions, but right now there's only about 13.6 that are in that are still in existence and working.
That's all there is.
Yeah, but
that's interesting.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you've been to New York, like I've been to New York. There's a lot of cabs.
Oh yeah, yeah. It seems like they're all over.
Yeah. Now I didn't know about the green one. Did you know about the burro taxi?
Is it a Spanish taxi?
Well, no. Burro is like Manhattan or the Bronx,
Brooklyn, the Bronx.
Yeah. So that now they have cabs that can only drive in the borough. They can only be there in the borough.
And are they medallion cabs as well?
They got to be medallion too.
Yeah, so there's even more revenue for the city.
It's crazy, isn't that crazy, dude? I mean, that is so freaking. That is so much money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So they're gonna in cities like that where they have that system in place, they're gonna do everything they can to try to stop Uber. Simple as that.
Now, let me ask you a question. See, the Bitcoin, when I started talking about this with Just for Fun Radio,
I should have bought some damn
Bitcoin was like $297. Now it's $670 something, and it's going to keep going up. Now, here's the thing with the Bitcoin is, once again, it's a digital transaction. And so far, the Bitcoin's been relatively safe. I'm not saying perfectly safe, but with PayPal.
All right, wait. I heard a giggle. What is your thought on Bitcoin?
I know he's going to say.
Let's hear let's hear it.
Who, me? No, I said sure. I didn't giggle.
Oh, okay. So what is your thought on Bitcoin? I want to hear it.
I mean, it's a digital cryptocurrency. I don't really know what I mean. It's recognized as a valid currency by some governments.
I think
In your mind,
I'm not
Alex,
sure.
would you purchase a Bitcoin?
Well, me personally, no, because I don't really have a use for it. And as an investment, I don't know enough about it to invest in it, if you see what I'm saying.
Right.
So
Do some research and see what you can do for Tech Talk next week. I'm curious because all I hear is Mike's input. I would like to have a secondary input. Because why?
I know what you're doing, Scotty.
What if I should have bought a damn Bitcoin?
Look, I know
what if
what
I
you're
should have
doing.
spent the $300
You know,
and
I
bought the
could say-
Bitcoin and it would have doubled its money right now?
I could say water is wet, and you
No,
go to
sir.
Alex and go, Alex, Mike just said
This is
water's
technology, dude. This is a way of
wet. You
the
don't
future.
believe
I want to hear it.
anything I say, do you?
I like having.
I want a freaking Lambo.
I always want double views. I always want to hear
Double
both sides.
freaking double vision by Foreigner.
I want to see
Here,
both
You are
sides.
such a bitch.
No,
You never
listen,
trust me
You're
on
after 9
anything.
o'clock, guys.
Look,
See?
here's my thing with currency. If I'm going to invest in currency, or treasuries or something like that, I want them to be backed by something. For example, U.S. currency is backed by Treasury. They're backed by T-bills. It used to be backed by gold, but not anymore.
Right.
The British pound sterling is backed by the Bank of England,
Right.
and British bonds and things like that. The thing with Bitcoin is
There
it's
is
not
nothing.
actually backed by anything.
So that's my
So-
problem. Is it's virtual money, and that's what I tried telling Mike when he explained it the first time. I'm like, if it decides to go away tomorrow, I'm just out of my money.
It's
Well,
but same way
sure,
with cash.
Yeah, it's the same thing with anything. The risk is always there, right? I mean, it's possible that everybody gets heavily invested in U.S. treasuries, and
And
then all of a sudden the
change their
economy
uniform.
crashes, and we're at a negative interest rate, and you're suddenly losing money on your investments. So the risk is always there. I know that Bitcoin has been growing. It's proven to be more and more popular. Certain nation states are actually,
Considering
recognizing it.
If
as
I buy
a valid-
Bitcoins, who am I giving my money to?
Whoever will accept Bitcoins.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying if I'm buying Bitcoins as an investment, who am I giving my money to?
you're giving your money to whomever you buy them from.
Yeah.
So-
like a
That's the
broker,
thing.
let's say.
So who
Yeah.
invented the Bitcoin? Like, how do I get Bitcoins? Can I not just go type in and say I got Bitcoins? Wait, this is all virtual. It's all make believe, and that's my problem.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying in a sense, but it's also not. unlimited.
Mike's shaking
There's
his
a
head, but
limited
these are the
supply.
questions I've asked, and I can't get a legit answer.
Right. Well, there's a limited supply of Bitcoin. The number of Bitcoin on the market will be the only amount of Bitcoin on the market, which is effectively what's giving it its intrinsic value. It all comes, even though it's purely digital and electronic, it's all a matter of supply and demand. It's strange.
And I've said relatively the exact same thing to him, but now that you've said it, he'll believe it.
No, I want to see you two bring up your own information, and I want to hear this.
Well, him and I
And-
have
and
talked
Big-
when we did
yeah,
Guns and Gadgets.
But
we
I
talked about
want to
it.
hear more about it. But everyday things change. Like,
You don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear it from.
I just want to hear a different opinion,
Your
a
fact
different
checker.
view.
It's okay.
My
I'm not
fact
hurt or
checker.
anything.
All right, Stephanie's lost. Okay.
Yeah, I'm completely lost. with
Four
it.
Bud cans are equivalent to this right here.
Listen,
But
here's
they're
the
made
thing. I
up.
don't
They're
see-
make believe Bud cans, Stephanie. They're not like really crushed cans in the bag on the carport. They are virtual Bud cans.
But I still don't understand how you can use the virtual money to purchase stuff. I mean, I don't get
It's
that.
all in our minds. If you
called
really think about it, when you go
concepts.
look at your bank account statement, it's all digital numbers. They're not real hard numbers, but you want to
Absolutely.
but you want to believe they're hard numbers sitting somewhere, because if you want to go get cash, the problem is you can't go get Bitcoins and put them in your pocket. So in your mind, it's make believe. And because no
Yeah.
government's actually saying this is recognized as the U.S. Treasury backs this, then my fear is I go give Bitcoins to Mike, and Mike hands me a pocket full of lint and says, there is 100 Bitcoins. But
And-
truthfully, he didn't hand me anything. So there's no proof that I actually bought anything other than what a computer tells me.
And so what
Well,
are
and
you going to
even
be
the
using?
computer won't tell you. That's one of the nice things about it. Even the computer won't tell you who you actually bought it from and who got your money in return for Bitcoin. That's the whole point. Is it for it to be a cryptocurrency that's untraceable and untrackable?
And how
This
is
is
it
the
going to be
strangest thing.
used?
It's technology, though,
to-
baby. It's
to-
coming.
To pay for stuff? Is it going to be like on a card, just like you have a
No,
bank
no, no.
card?
It's all done electronically. People all over the world accept Bitcoin.
I
as
think
an
Walmart
electronic payment.
will online now.
But how?
Yeah,
So this is something you can only shop from your computer. So I can't go into a
You
store.
can't go buy a pack
No.
of Marlboros with Bitcoins.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, so I
correct.
can't
there
go
is
into a
nothing
store.
physical that you hold.
So in other words, I should have jumped on this back in the day.
You should have jumped on a year ago when I freaking was telling you to. But no, it's okay. Alex wasn't around then, so you
No,
didn't feel
I just
comfortable
want to
doing it.
hear. It's like table tennis. I want to hear somebody else's point of view. I like providing with Just for Fun Radio. I like providing alternate views for people to catch
Look,
reality.
it's a drone bird.
Well, I'm curious. See, here's the thing. Now, I'm curious. With Brexit happening and the slowdown in Europe, I'm wondering. I want to see how Bitcoin weathers that storm. How did it do through the U.S. recession?
Well, if
You
it
know what I'm
drops
saying?
again, Mike,
It
I want to buy
wasn't-
some. Tell me.
I don't think it was around during the recession, but I'd like to see how is it going to perform during a recession. I imagine it's going to do very well.
I would think so. Yeah.
I imagine because it's not being dragged down by a benchmark currency. I imagine because it stands alone that it will actually fare quite well, almost like gold.
Right.
Gold keeps its value.
Absolutely. Now,
and-
the first transaction with Bitcoins was a man accepted 30 Bitcoins for a pizza. Okay. So this day,
It was an expensive pizza.
yeah, today that would
Or
have been
today,
a
anyway.
$20,000 pizza
That's
at
right.
the
When
current
was
exchange.
that, Mike?
Oh
When
God, 97? Is that when it was?
97. So it actually did go through the recession.
Yeah, I think so. But it's gonna
I'm-
think about it. It's shielded. It's protected.
Exactly. It's not
Yeah.
being dragged down by any benchmark currency.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
so that actually answers my question. I want to see how it does through a recession. Apparently, it did well and continued to grow through a recession.
I don't see how it could do anything other than help it with the current situation in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give a single valid reason not to invest in, not to buy some Bitcoin,
Right.
other than, I personally, if I'm going to buy currency, which I never would, by the way,
Yeah, I don't.
but
do
if I
currency
were
either.
going to invest in some kind of currency, I'd want it to be backed by some kind of treasuries.
Right.
But even then, the return on treasuries is pathetic. So that's why I avoid it.
Usually that type of thing is maybe 1%, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if you're lucky. I think U.S. 30-year T-bills are at 0.75% right now, and a 10-year's at 0.25%.
You guys want to hear something funny? In Japan right now, the economy is so bad that it is a negative interest rate
yeah.
on your investment.
Yeah, negative interest. And
Wow.
in other
So I
words,
need to
don't
buy
put-
some Bitcoins from them.
No,
Yeah, well,
if you
don't-
put
don't put money in the
$1,000 in
savings
the
account.
bank, you get
Yeah, they
negative
take
interest.
money.
You're going to get like $900 back for just quick math here.
Holy
okay?
cow.
Negative interest,
I
man.
don't think I'd be putting
Yep.
anything in the bank.
You have to.
Why?
What are you going to do? Store it under your mattress?
Well,
And it's
my
digital.
pocket.
It's digital. I
See,
have
that's the problem.
when-
It's
when is
digital.
the
There's
last
nothing hard
time-
anymore.
When's the last time you touched cash? You got me. I haven't touched cash in probably a year. I haven't written a check in
Because he would throw you out of Dairy Queen if you touched him.
15 years probably. Scottie, you're probably next. You probably touched cash or did a paper transaction
I can't even
sooner.
tell you. My wife
Steph,
asked me
I
a
bet
dollar.
you probably
I
do
got
it
a
all the
dollar
time.
in my wallet because it's the last dollar my grandmother ever gave me.
Steph, I bet you do paper transactions all the time.
Well, yeah, with my card.
That's what I'm trying to
But
tell you. You're
I-
already on virtual money,
Yeah.
but you envision. This is why I wanted to bring this up. You're envisioning that you have hard cash somewhere, but you truthfully don't.
Well, I mean, I paid my rent over the weekend, and I used cash then.
Yeah. see?
Okay, but stop for a second. Here's what I'm trying to make you make sense out of, though.
Okay.
And that's why I twisted this, and Mike
But-
doesn't realize I've done this on purpose to stir up this ruckus, and he just wants to think I'm picking.
But I kind of
Stephanie, stop.
hold on, I
Stop.
gotta tell you how I
I'm
paid
gonna
it though.
no.
Fights on,
I'm
fights
fixing
on.
to ask you that,
Okay,
but you're
okay,
ruining where I'm
okay,
going with it.
okay,
I'm mind trickery, Stephanie. Mind trickery.
Okay.
Okay. So how did you go pay for this?
I went to the ATM, pulled the cash off of it, and
Okay,
then
wait. So you go
Okay.
to a bank
Yes.
and you take your card. See, you were going to go there, but I needed to go in this order. So, but I'm
Yes.
making the listeners think about this for a second. So you have no money. You go to a machine and you put this card in, and it produces cash that you kind of have, but you kind of don't have. Did you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Because you brought up Bitcoins, and that's why, when you brought up that you don't physically have it, that's why I'm saying you kind of already don't have cash. You think you do, but you don't. And see, what my problem with, you just went to the machine and you took cash out.
Yes.
So now in your mind, you're physically holding it, but you can't do
Yes.
that with a Bitcoin, which is why I'm so scared of a Bitcoin. Okay, so now you took your cash and went and did what with it?
Deposit it into my landlord's account.
Okay, so you only
Transferred money.
physically held a piece of paper for 20 minutes.
Yeah, if that.
But then that cash disappears and becomes invisible money again into that person's account.
Yeah, but I got the receipt that I put it there.
Wait, you got what?
A piece of paper.
A piece
that
of paper.
Hey,
See?
that's all that matters.
Oh, sir,
That's all that matters.
But that's where I was trying to point it out to you. And I wanted all the listeners to think about it. Like, do you physically hold the money? And that's the point. I was trying to do some mind trickery to make your brain think about it in a different direction. Because the Bitcoin thing, when Mike brought it up the first time, I'm like, this is stupid. And now I'm like, why didn't I buy some? But I have a hard problem because who is the Bitcoin Wizard of Oz? Who is the man, or who is the person, or what organization? Who is in charge of saying, here's the Bitcoin, here's what it's worth?
Yeah, see, like when I first saw it, I thought that it was just something that you purchased to play like the online games. That's what I thought it was.
Mike?
Oh, no. I thought when we first talked about it, I was explaining that. I
Yeah,
feel,
but when
mean,
you
no,
first
I'm-
talked about
I'm
it when?
just
Today
saying.
or months ago?
oh, no.
But the problem is
almost
you
a
got
year ago,
you got
actually.
new listeners, and
Yeah.
all these new listeners are going, what the hell is a Bitcoin?
Okay, well, I mean,
Yeah, and that's
this
all
is. Well, no, I think a lot more people know about it. I'll throw I've got a little thing called Bitcoin
Joe Leaper,
101.
if you know if any of our listeners, let's word it this way, any of our listeners that know something about a Bitcoin, and I don't mean just because you've heard the name, if you actually know something about a Bitcoin, text
you've
me. We'll see if
used-
this phone lights up.
Yeah.
If you've used a Bitcoin to purchase anything.
It's sometimes you gotta.
You feel this is the wave of the future?
I know it is.
You believe that the Bitcoin's going to become an electronic currency over the U.S. dollar because the
believe-
Bitcoin's worldwide.
I believe the Bitcoin is going to become the world currency.
Okay.
I'm almost positive that has to.
Like with all the movies of how we become one president of the entire world.
Well, I think there'll be a committee on like G8
Right,
or
right.
the financial dudes for that.
UN.
But no.
All right. Here's something interesting. I'm looking at this
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
So, are either any of you familiar with SETI, the search for extraterrestrial
Yes.
intelligence? It
Yes.
was SETI at home, where people were using. They would load a bit of software on their computer, and during its downtime, it would use its processing power to analyze images of the universe for NASA.
At all
Right.
times, too, it runs 24/7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's how Bitcoin is actually created. It uses a system very similar to that. They're running mathematical problems and solving them with their excess CPU cycles, effectively, and they earn Bitcoin in return for doing it. So that's how the currency is generated or minted. Let's put it out. Let's use
Yeah, that's a
minted
good- that's
as a
a good word.
term.
So am I going to get a coin
No.
like I hold in my pocket?
No.
See, that's my problem.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
if you want to earn some Bitcoin, download the software and start processing some. Start doing some work for them, and they'll reward you with Bitcoin.
You'll be
the
You
more
have to
do.
have a wallet. You have to have an electronic wallet.
And see, that's why I thought that it was just for online games
Right, I
when I
understand.
first seen
Yeah.
it.
Well,
So
I mean,
it totally just goes back to it's all virtual, and we have
right,
to learn to accept that the new world is going to be that.
Stephanie, here's the thing. You say it's just for online, but here's the thing. If something has intrinsic value, for example, that dollar bill you hold in your hand, the only reason it has intrinsic value is because it's backed by the U.S. government, right? So you know this is worth $1. Bitcoin are the same. They're electronic. They're invisible. They don't, you can't hold them physically in your hand, but they have intrinsic value, and people will accept them. You could go out and buy an Aston Martin with Bitcoin.
Man, the girls on Metropolitan will start having a thing like Uber. Theirs will probably be called Goober. And you push your thumb on it. It says that I, waive all rights for any STDs I pick up, and I get the wrinkle out of my mouth. Relinquish all payments to said girl in Bitcoins.
How about this? How about you look at your phone and you could pick the girl, or you're driving down the road. You can do facial recognition of the hooker. It'll bring up her bio and her certification not to have STDs and her rates.
And pay her with Bitcoin. All the virtual. That's my problem, though, is God, man. At what point is this?
It will become the world currency.
My problem is I fear the money. I fear spending $200 of real money to lose it on virtual money.
But Scotty, get this. Let's think real. Okay, a penny, it costs more to make a penny than a penny's worth.
I got you.
Okay, a nickel. Remember, I did all that research.
I think pocket change should be done away with.
It is absolutely ridiculous that we are printing this stuff up like freaking the Romans
I'm
did.
okay with that. I mean, I get you.
Yeah, it is just a huge waste.
I agree.
And that money could actually, that we're spending to do that kind of stuff, could actually go back.
But here's the problem. When the power goes out, how do you buy something?
Well, look, that's the whole thing is our power grids, our data.
Because we can all day long brag about this technology, but one day a bomb's going to get dropped somewhere, and all electricity is going to be gone.
Yeah.
And then how do I get all my Bitcoins?
Well, why would you need Bitcoins?
I'm just using that as an example.
Why would you need them? Water is going to become the freaking resource.
When people start saying, hey, man, I need dollar bills. You got to hand me some dollar bills. The virtual coins mean nothing to me at that point.
When the bomb goes off and we don't have electricity, water and food.
And gas.
Yeah, water and ammunition.
Right. Well, look, we need to hit a commercial, brother. Thanks for calling in, though.
Hold on, real quick. If we don't have electricity, we don't have Bitcoin, remember.
Right.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my whole point. When electricity goes away, all that money is gone.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the only currency when that happens is going to be ammunition anyway. So
See,
go invest in ammo.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, anybody that has a 45, you need to call me because I found some in the top of my closet.
I got it.
I forgot with all the 45 shells, and now I don't own a 45.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I just need to go buy a 45. All right, let's go do a commercial. We'll be right back.
See ya.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Bye, Alex.
That's what we need.
All right, look, I'm going to play the KMT systems. Let me tell you, the cats came out yesterday and got me hooked up. I've got cameras everywhere. I can see everything that goes on outside my house. New alarm system, too. Man, I'm happy. If you would like to come, only people that know me, by the way, if you've never been to my house, you ain't coming to my house. But if you would like to come see my setup, man, Joe Leeper, people like that, you need to come see this. Mike, I had to say it like that. I'll start having complete strangers knocking on my door going, I want to see your security system.
Invited the whole way. Come over to my
All right, everybody, we love you guys. We're not going anywhere. We just played a couple commercials. We'll be right back. I just told everybody to come over and check out my house.
Yes, you did.
Oh my, I can't
What
see
were you
the
asking?
That is awesome.
when you said, I'm like, what the
What were you
Steph, do
asking,
you want
Mike?
me to send you this thing? It's called Bitcoin 101 that kind of explains what a Bitcoin is and how it works.
you to do the show.
Yeah. Because it says
Well, I
right
tell you what,
here,
I'll talk to
one
Alex
bit.
and maybe I'll come on his show.
Yeah,
next
because
week.
you keep saying you've talked about it before, but we have new listeners.
Yeah.
We've picked up a lot of new listeners.
I don't have anything either. I left all my drugs in my
Well,
medicine
the
cabinet.
thing, you know, I prop it up with the Slim Jim, and as I'm lifting her
Popped
chair,
your
what the hell? What the
Snappy, just snappy! Really?
the back hatch thingy?
You know why it hits you
The
in your
back
head?
catchy
You know
thing.
why it hits you in your head? Because you kept taking a damn bite out of it. And it kept getting shorter.
Right. You're supposed to stay on it. If you pull back, I can't be
So you got a
responsible.
Slim Jim, like a door Slim Jim,
Yeah.
propping the hash up instead of just paying $20 for a new.
No, that's the new ones, and it went. They went bad. They work
Why
when
didn't
they
you take
want
them
to
back?
work. Ask him.
Are you sure you got the right ones?
I don't
Because
know.
if they're not the right ones, they're not going to work. Those things are rated by the weight of the glass.
But yeah, we prop
Went in
it.
there and just got them because they were the right length.
Damn, he interrupts from the bathroom.
I know, right?
Isn't that crazy?
But we hold it up and to make sure it doesn't come smashing down. And I caught the Slim Jim with her chair,
Oh no.
and it came down and it got me right here,
Isn't that weird?
Right
I
in the
got
temple
bumped in the
and-
head.
right across my ear. It was like that.
I think this little bump I got and me touching it. Trying to
Quit
figure out what
touching
was.
it.
I
Doc,
think
it hurts when I touch this. Well, quit touching
I
it.
think it's infected.
Oh my God.
It's starting to swell up. It's making my head feel out of balance. I'm gonna have to watch War of the Worlds today. Actually, they want me to go to work today. I'm like, I don't know. I'm still kind of on the.
But yeah, this right here, one Bitcoin equals $672.44.
Yeah.
So you have to pay that for one coin.
Yeah, but
So
you
in
don't have
order
to.
to
How much?
own a whole
How much?
coin.
Get on the microphone so the people that own video actually can hear you.
$672.44
For one coin.
For
Right.
one coin.
So if I ordered a pizza for a Bitcoin or whatever, what do they do? Break my Bitcoin into shares,
Well, into
percentages? So then I'd have
Well,
978% of a Bitcoin.
Well, okay,
Confusing.
check this out.
It's because the
I'm-
rate keeps changing
I'm
each
talking to
day.
Alex, and what we'll do is we'll do a show on it next week.
So here's the problem. Well, no, because it'd still be a Bitcoin. So never mind.
And it says
I was going to say the interest rate changed on a Bitcoin, but no, it'd still be 98% of a Bitcoin. And it just, all the value is what you're buying would change daily.
and it's saying if Trump was president, it would boost the Bitcoin price. I
Wow.
don't know why. A Trump administration could send Bitcoin prices spiking.
Because he'll probably push for it.
Let's see what that.
I mean, it's
Let's see why it
just
says that.
it's just the right thing to do at this point.
What's going to happen? You know what they're going to do is the Bitcoin's going to split. It's going to be like
But-
Home Depot stock.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're going to have to split it to make it valuable.
And what better reason?
And then the Bitcoin won't be a Bitcoin anymore. It'll be more like dollars again.
Like a bit nickel.
Yeah.
It says the transaction volume for Bitcoin is predicted to more than triple this year, helped by the process.
A Bitcoin will be
prospects
$1, you know?
of-
Okay, so I talked to Alex right here, and I'm going to come in Tuesday night. Him and I are going to talk about it on the show, and he's cool with it.
All right, everybody, we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. I just got a text message from our good old buddy JD, who just said, "You're right. Technology is going to be our demise." P.S.
Yes.
I have several 45s. Just saying. That's who I was telling Military Mike that JD and Mike need to hook up. JD needs to come sit on your show one night,
Come on.
which is now moving to Monday nights.
Yeah.
So next Monday at 7 p.m., JD, if you'd like to come out. Mike's going to send you a friend request too. I was kind of
Yeah. Also,
pushing you two to meet.
yeah, JD, I've got Herman Talmadge III is going to be on the show Monday night. So it's going to be a lot about politics, Second Amendment,
He
that
would
kind of
love to
stuff.
be here for that.
Veterans,
Oh,
you're more
God.
than welcome, sir.
He-
We have a chair for
He,
you.
I made the comment about who inspired me to do stuff, and JD went on one of his videos and said DJ Scottie's videos have inspired me to do my own. So he's been doing his own videos as well. So
He's been known as his own Vampirants.
Yeah. And, he's been doing them, but he was just saying that I just inspired him to do it a little more and get a little more passionate. And I don't want to take any words away from anybody or put words in anybody's mouth. But
yours are getting kind of boring.
What happens is by the time the show's over, I'm just like, my funny is just burned out.
And you know what? It's kind of like you feel like you're forced to do it after the show.
No,
you can kind of see it's like, oh, the show's over. I got to do this.
No. My problem is now, because I keep getting so much hate mail, it makes me try to pay attention to what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. And I need to go back to, I don't really care what you're saying, because what makes everybody be in love with me to begin with is the fact that I say what's on my mind. My problem is I get beat up and bullied so much that I now stay tempered down. Like a kicked dog. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because I know whatever I say is going to cause somebody to complain.
Yeah, but Scottie,
I'm sick of that. And I need to just go back to being me. And
please, I think everybody would be happy with that.
Well, it's like the other day, the event there was a screw up. Let's just call it what it was. It was a screw up. People dropped the ball about me being there 4th of July. I did the video about I'm a little OCD. I like to have everything organized. I know when I'm going to be there, what I got to do.
Right.
And in that way, the show is perfect. And somebody had just said to me, well, you really shouldn't have said that. These people go, they work hard to try to make this event. And I said, I didn't want to even be at this event. Like, I didn't want to work that day. I never had told anybody I was going to work that day.
Same here.
I never agreed to anybody I was working that day. Yep. If I wanted to work that day, I would have called them when it first got mentioned about did I want to work, and they said, here's the number. If you want to work, call this lady. Well, I wanted to spend it with my family, so I didn't want to work. But then the next thing, people accidentally did some things, but they thought I was supposed to work. Well, to me, if you really believed I was working, then you should have already been on the phone with me 15 times before that event started, not the day before. So, one person's trying to tell me that I shouldn't have complained. Well, first off, I don't need anybody telling me what I should and shouldn't do. I'm doing just fine.
You're a big boy now.
If you're going to do an event, this is what I do for a living. I don't just sit around and play pretend and try to put on small events. I've been doing events for almost a decade now, not counting I've promoted my own events for 5 years. I did that before I just got tired of it. So for people to try to tell me what I need to do, I'm an entertainer. You're not. I don't come to your house and tell you how to turn a wrench to fix your car. I don't tell you how to make spaghetti. I don't come to your house and tell you that you need to clean house better. I don't come to your job and tell you what you need to do, because it's your job. If I knew how to be the best mechanic ever, I would probably be making some good money. So it just drives me cuckoo when people want to try to tell me what to do. I'm like, come on, dude, you do your thing and I'll do mine.
So this just like popped in my head.
Uh-oh.
And it's going back to the Bitcoin. I know we're going backwards, but it just perfect like example of a Bitcoin would be when people have food stamps. You never actually, now it's on a card, you never actually see money.
But what in your mind is there?
Money.
In your mind, because it's got to be there. It's the government money. So in your mind, you feel safe because you're like, it's got to be there. My problem with Bitcoin is there's really no guarantee.
Right. So then that's not.
But there's truly not a guarantee in anything. But you feel that Nations Bank, that's a long time ago. You feel that Bank of America is established well enough to know that your money's there.
Yeah.
You don't question that it's not there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But the Bitcoin, to me, I would question it, and that's my fear.
Yeah, because that's expensive, and I don't have $600 to just.
Well, no, you don't. You see, Alex was actually he put it out there right when I was looking it up. That's why I said thank you to him. It's to 1/100th. So basically, excuse me. Oh man, I'm sorry. I got like indigestion out craziness here. Getting excited talking about this. Okay,
you got excited.
Let's do this. Let's just say this. God,
I just messed with it.
Oh, still belching. Let's just say this as a whole. it is more accurate than our current system. You have to understand, you don't have to buy it in, like shares of Walt Disney. You don't have to buy a whole share of Walt Disney. There's ways to purchase a half a share or a third of a share.
Okay, that's the way they look at it, because that's what I was trying to say on break. Right now, the Bitcoin is looked at as a share, but what's going to happen is going to be just like Home Depot did. It's going to split. It's going to split. It's going to split.
Something is
when it becomes more popular. You're already saying it's worth $600 something. Eventually, it's going to be worth $1,000. One Bitcoin's worth 1,000. So every time I spend two virtual dollars of it, it becomes percentages. So if that's the case, eventually the Bitcoin will be $1 a Bitcoin. And it's just going to split. If right now, if it's $640, it'll become 640 Bitcoins. I mean, that's the only way that it'll be accurate eventually.
Yeah.
If it's going to replace the currency we have now.
Right.
Because come on, we got people that can't count at a friggin' register. Do you think, do you really believe that they're not going to take it down to $1 a Bitcoin? And
no, they won't. They won't do that, and it can't split because there's no one place. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna manifest itself into something, but I'm not 100% sure. And I believe that technology will probably rule this. But the fact of the matter is that no, what you just said is people can't give the right change. Scotty, they won't have to.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is that people can't even count. So how screwed up is it going to be when you got how many Bitcoins you got?
You know what you'll do? You'll go like this to your e-wallet.
Let me look at my Obama phone.
No, you'll look at your e-wallet, and it'll tell you.
I get you, but what I'm trying to say is so right now one Bitcoin's worth $600. Tomorrow it could be $800. The problem with that is you'll go, I got one Bitcoin. I don't know what it's valued at. So you'll have to open your e-wallet, as you call it, to see what you think you actually have.
That's an account.
And then when you go to buy a piece of pizza or buy 4 pizzas from Little Caesars, today it might be 1/8 of a Bitcoin. Tomorrow it might be 2/8 of a Bitcoin. The next day it might be 3/16 of a Bitcoin. That's way too damn confusing. That's why I'm saying they're going to probably end up simplifying it and just turn each Bitcoin into a dollar value and split it out.
No,
it's the only way to keep it simple.
You have to understand, let's say I go to Arby's, okay, and I'm paying by Bitcoin. I don't even have to have a waitress or a server, whatever you want to call a cashier, because I can go to a kiosk and basically log in, okay, and then I'll sit there and I'll go, I want this, and then they will just take the money out of my e-wallet. It may be 100th of one Bitcoin.
100th, but see, that's where it's going to get confusing. Even though this
what's 1/100th of a dollar?
Yeah, but even though it's smart now, when you start dealing with dumber people, it's not going to be so smart.
But it'll all be done digitally. They don't.
I know that, but do you know how confusing it's going to be?
Do you know what 1/100th of a dollar is?
What?
A penny.
Okay.
So
I get you on that. I'm making you say it out loud.
Oh, I know.
But my problem is when somebody calls Little Caesars and says, I need to order a pizza.
And I'm going to pay in 10 Bitcoins.
How many Bitcoins is that?
Well, say,
today's value, it's at 1.546139.
No, it won't have anything
to do with that. Does that come with a 12-pack?
Yeah,
people aren't going to get it.
No, it won't have anything to do with that. They'll say it's the pizza to have it delivered today is $22. And you'll go, okay, can you take that out of my Bitcoin account? Yeah, okay, here, I got you on the computer.
Yeah, but that makes sense for now. But what happens when you say everything's going to end up going Bitcoin?
That's what I just said. She just took, basically, you just authorized a $22 payment from your Bitcoin account.
And so it just takes a percentage of the one coin you own.
Yes.
That's where it's going to be crazy, though.
Because
it's going to fluctuate so much. I'm just saying. I see what you're saying. It sounds so simple, but you have to remember it's the same thing I have to tell Stephanie when she goes to say something. You might know what you read on Facebook. You might get ready to say it over that microphone, but it don't mean everybody else knows what you're talking about. The same thing with what you're saying. You might understand it, but the other 11,000 people out there may not get anything about what you're saying. So there's going to have to be a way to make it simple or simplistic. It's going to have to eventually get to that point, because it's just like when Alex was at that meeting the other night. You and I might be able to take these cameras to do what Alex is talking about doing. Stephanie's not going to be able to do it. Grandma that was sitting over there ain't gonna be able to do it. Grandpa sitting over there ain't gonna be able to do it.
I got you.
The other redneck dude over there, he might not know technology enough to do it. So even though you're telling people an affordable way to do camera systems, you need to go ahead and say, or you can just call KMT and get it done by these guys, and then you don't have to stress over it.
Right.
Because just because you give them an easy way doesn't mean they know how to do it. It may be easy to you because you might be a smart person, but it's not easy for everybody.
You know, they
Joe
say
Leaper called me and tell me how to fix my daughter's PT Cruiser, and I go, what time do I need to get it to Rob's?
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna be able to fix it.
Here's
I don't
the
want
thing
to
is,
anymore.
That's what they refer to as the separation of the middle class. Is technology is creating a separation of the middle class.
I'm sure it is.
You got the I'm gonna piss everybody. You got the dum-dums on the bottom half, and then you got the people that are tech
but you
savvy.
can't really call it dum-dums. What it comes down to is some people are confused and don't know, but some people don't want to know.
But you're gonna have to give that up.
But some people got enough to worry about without having to stress over other stuff.
You're
My brain's like a hard drive, Bubba. I got enough in there.
I know. Flush it. Or get a bigger hard drive.
Alex is typing all sorts.
I know I was asking him to actually try to help explain this, but it is
I
something
hadn't been
for a
reading
show.
it. Now it's 6 messages behind.
Yeah, and I sent out for the staff. I sent the Cointelegraph website, which is a great website to understand Bitcoins. Here's the thing: is we have to let go. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna have to let go of these old things, not tradition, not culture, but the things that no longer make sense.
Okay, this is from one of your favorite people.
Oh boy, here we go.
I gotta try to say it nice.
I know I'm getting.
Think about it, Mike.
Yeah.
If you want to get two hookers at the same time, they both charge different prices through Bitcoin.
I hate
Your
word
blue
problems.
pill, your blue pill
I hate
will wear
that.
off before you can get it figured out.
You don't know that. Yeah, I hate word math.
Chances are
problems.
from Alex. Chances are we'll all end up balancing the dollar against the Bitcoin rather than the other way around, as Bitcoin holds more value and can easily become the benchmark currency.
I believe that is almost a perfect, valuable statement, because this world has to come to the agreement on a common currency. That's all there is to it. You got people, the fluctuation, $1 in Afghanistan is worth 50 Afghan dollars. So the entire economy is continuously skewed with what somebody wants to give me for an American dollar. Go to other countries outside of the EU where
Okay, so
$200 is $1 million lira.
But I get that. Okay, here's the good comparison. If Scotty Boy wants to pack up and take his butt over to the wall that Trump's gonna build and go over to that side of the countries,
right,
and spend some hard-earned dollars on some pesos, I have to do that foreign exchange.
And you're gonna get screwed.
But if I choose to go run, jump, and swim over to Mexico like they do to get here, because that's why they don't have an Olympic team. If I want to run, jump, swim to get over there and then spend my hard-earned dollars on some pesos, then that means I chose to go there. So whatever I have to do to put up with that exchange for the mighty dollar, I can accept because I chose to run, jump, or swim to get there. But here in the United States, why do I have to do that? I'm not... There's a whole battle over the Bitcoin versus the dollar. There has to be an easier way.
Yeah, just go to the Bitcoin.
Just swap over and be done with it.
Just be done with it. You know, they tried that with the euro, but here's the thing. You can't have a common currency that isn't going to be respected outside of your little group. It's a common currency is a common currency.
Okay, Steph.
We learned a lot from
over there in West Porterdale and the extensions of a Budweiser cap for my bottle is worth 1 Bitcoin.
Damn.
But the Bud Light is worth half of what the Bud cap because it's Bud Light. Now, Mick Ultra, even though it costs more, the exchange rate says because it's ultra light, that it's only worth half of what the Bud Light is, and the Bud Light is only worth half of what the Budweiser is.
Y'all are
But
making my
even
head
though
hurt
the
worse.
foreign exchange ratio that the Mick Ultra costs more because it's a better beer doesn't mean anything because it's an ultralight, which makes it a third, if not less than, a Budweiser, depending on what day of the week it is and is it ice cold or not, because that changes the fluctuation too. Is everybody caught up?
Okay.
School is out.
I think it's worth 2 brownies and a gummy bear.
There you go. And don't get no pot brownies because that's worth 14 Budweiser tops.
And a hooker.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On
Hey.
to another subject
Yes.
here. Early voting is now underway here in Rockdale County. So anyone that wants to get out there and vote today, head over to 1400.
And you can vote anywhere you live,
Road.
by the way, not just Rockdale. We want to advise everybody,
Yes.
but if you are a Rockdale resident, we need you to go vote.
Yes.
The tyranny needs to end.
Yes. And then I have a quick story.
Make it
or
quick.
Quick little.
We got 4 minutes
I
and
know.
somebody's calling in.
Someone left an angry note after seeing another driver park in a handicapped spot in Fort Collins, Colorado. Saw you park in a handicapped spot and go into Walmart. Handicap my explicits. Took a photo of your car and license plate. Look for it on Facebook, the note read. The letter writer apparently didn't believe the driver, Ethan Schwimmer, was an amputee with a prosthetic leg, was disabled. So the driver had his disability card in the window. He battled cancer, and his left leg had to be amputated above the knee after the 2 years that he fought the cancer. And some idiot went and left him a note on his car.
How about before Planet Fitness was there? It was what, a Blockbuster or something? But
TJ Maxx.
Years ago, it was like a drugstore or something. Many moons ago, me, my grandmother, and my father.
Mm-hmm.
My father drove up in my grandma's car with the handicap sticker and the handicap plate.
Mm-hmm.
Drove up. I was in the passenger seat in the backside. Grandma was in the passenger. My dad was driving. I opened the door. I got out. I helped my grandmother get out on a cane, step up on the curb. I had to hold her by her wrist and her elbow, to help her up on the curb. She walks into the drugstore. Me and my father, there was no handicap parking spots. So me and my father kept circling the parking lot. Well, a few seconds later, a handicap opened up. We pulled up. Me and my father got out. We walked into the store. We come out. As we come out with my grandmother with a cane, there was a nasty note left there, dogging me and my dad out. The funny thing was the idiot that put it there was sitting next to us. So when my dad picked up the note, he yelled out, and y'all got to understand, my father is 10 times worse than me with my mouth, my real father, mind you. He said, "What? CS? Does everybody know what CS stands for?"
Yep.
Yeah. He yelled, "What C sucker wrote this?" And you could see the eyes on the dude jump up. And my dad looked and balled it up and was standing at the dude's window, because the doors are next to each other. Drops it down and just looks at the guy, flicks him off, and says, "If you got something to say, step out of the car."
No, note writers won't.
Nobody. He didn't want to say nothing because he wanted to be hiding when he wrote that note.
Yes.
Well, that's like even Travis and I have had people say something to us when we parked in the handicap spot with our daughter, who's in a handicap, she's in a chair. I'm in a handicap van that has a lift that, opens from the back. And they have said something to us that we should be out parking further because we can walk. She's in a chair and we can push her. And the thing is that they wanted the handicap spot. That
so they could
woman that can get out and perfectly walk.
Right.
She may just be
that's
a little.
The downfall. Is some people
see how you guys are
some
upset. My grandmother never drove. Okay, and when she was in her 90s, my grandfather had triple bypass surgery, so we brought her and we had her little thing. And people would say things to me, and I'd go, "Oh, hold on a second," and I used to go there.
Yeah.
My business cards.
Just for fun.
djscottie, what's up, brother?
What's going on, my brother? Hey, Mike, say hello, by the way. This is who I'm going to get on your show with you.
Hey, what's going on? I feel like we're dating. So what do you like to do on your weekends off?
It's a blind date.
I feel like Scottie's trying to hook us
When I
up.
do
Man.
my weekends off, I'm either riding 2 wheels or 4 hooks.
Okay. Do you like long walks on the beach? Do you?
No.
How about movies like The Beaches?
Hey, if you quit talking, he just said something that you would actually like. Now say that again, unless you got what in your hand?
Jeez, is Scottie going to have to go on our first date with us?
What? You talking to him or me, Scott?
I'm talking to you. Mike wouldn't shut up. That's why he can't get a date. He doesn't stop to listen to her.
I know. I told him I'd go on a long walk on the beach with him with an M4, and he didn't even listen, man. What's up with that?
What kind of scope?
See?
Now we're talking.
Yeah, if you got an ACOG, I'm with you, brother. A CCO, though, you can keep it.
Work fine, man.
Yeah, ACOG on the M4 is a badass situation.
That's why I said you two would get along.
Yeah,
So-
no doubt.
So are you single? Or?
I'm waiting for Mike to go something available this weekend.
Hey,
Now
man.
you're getting all excited.
Yeah. What are you doing this Monday? Now it sounds like a date.
Yeah, really.
Monday at 7. Be over at the studio if you can.
Yeah, that's let's see. I can't keep up what day it is, man. Scotty knows we got crazy schedules.
Yeah. He DJs and then he does his gun stuff and then he has a full-time job and then he's a dad.
I think it's the 11th. I think.
Yeah,
Yes, it's 11.
Come on down, man. Hey, this Friday I'm trying to do a
I
OFO.
can't do the 11th. I'll be in Alabama.
Well, hey, man. You'll get my number. Just let me know. And
What'd you call for? You said something about you got this ride going, so let's hear about that ride.
Yeah. I got not trying. We're putting together a ride for ALS for the ALS walk is coming up in a couple of weeks, but we're doing an ALS ride specifically for Don Brown, which happens to be my girlfriend's dad. I never knew how bad ALS was, so I've seen it and lived it firsthand. I mean, it is the devil's disease. I mean, cancer beat, in my opinion, because just not to get long-winded, but the disease is awful. But we're putting together a ride. We got a few sponsors I won't mention right now, but we're looking at either September 24th or October 22nd, and trying to work that in with all the other rides that are going on. You know, the Ride for Cancer is coming up. You got Veterans Rides every weekend. So right now, those 2 dates are what we're trying to figure out. We got a conflict with one of our sponsors that is wanting to make the ride, and he has another ride on the 24th. So that's kind of the hiccup, but. Unfortunately, it may be a deal where he's going to be a sponsor and not be able to ride because the 24th of September has so far been the most popular date requested.
Right.
But it's a ride for ALS, and we're of course going to do a per bike fee and then a 50-50 drawing at the last stop. And it's not going to be one of those boring rides where you got to stop a million times, and it's not a poker run or anything like that. It's a fun ride. We're going to throw a couple of places you can stop and peek at. Or you could just go to the watering hole at the end and have a great time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you have it. Have you done an event page yet?
No, I'm actually working on that.
Okay.
I'm considering doing a GoFundMe. I'm up in the air on that. Those things are great, or they can be not.
There are a million legitimate GoFundMe, and there's like 10 bad ones.
That's right. Which so you put out the real information,
people respect
and then people respect it. That's the thing. It's stupid ones we read like, I bought a car and I loaned it to somebody, and then I bought another car and I can't afford the car payment and help me with my car. And I'm like, man, there's some sick people out there that need help.
I need to ride to Biloxi because the casino accepts EBT now.
Yeah, Bitcoins. Mike wanted to do.
I'm going to stay off the Bitcoin thing because I like putting my hands on real cash when possible.
See, that's a hard thing. Now, like Mike wants to make up a fraudulent GoFundMe to get just for fun a new tote.
Yeah,
I got people will donate.
I just haven't gone live with it yet. It's already done.
I think it's either. I think 50% of the people will be funny about it, and the other 50 will be pissed.
I hope they are. I hope they're livid.
Mookie, Mike, you might know who Mookie, who Ben Mookie is.
I know, but I do know SEAL. Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah, well, he was a Navy SEAL. Long story short, he got depinned. We'll just leave it at that.
Wow.
But he's hanging around with the guys from I don't want to say a bunch of names, but a gun clothing manufacturer, gun utility pouch manufacturer, we'll say.
Are you talking about Matt Best? You talking about Matt?
Do I?
Or are you talking
No,
about?
not Matt.
Okay.
Matt's funny as shit.
God, he's hilarious.
I'm talking about John Willis for that story. But
Okay,
anyway,
that's fine. Yeah, that's cool.
You know, he rolls with those.
Damn, how did he get
depinned?
depinned?
Doing stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid stuff.
There's only
obviously-
there's very few people that have been depinned. Very few.
You got to read his story to appreciate where he's at today
Cool.
and why he's here because of what happened then.
Is he in Georgia?
No. He hangs out some in Tennessee, in the Camden area.
Yeah, in
But
the woods.
anyway, they used the GoFundMe page to get him a Rolex, because of the whole Navy SEAL Rolex thing. And all those guys rolling $100 watches, and people were pissing him on because GoFundMe's not for that. I was like, dude, if you don't want to help the guy get a Rolex, don't donate. End of story.
Yeah,
you know,
it's simple.
But they were doing it because of certain circumstances that people wanted to keep their eyes and ears shut to.
Yeah.
And hey, roll with it or don't.
And for the record, I have a Rolex and it keeps crappy time. In the pawn business, we had Rolexes coming in and out every week, and I bought one, and I gotta tell you, the things they suck. I mean, there's much better. Yeah. I have a Breitling Aviator, and I gave it to my brother. It's $3,800 watch. It's beautiful. And then I have one of the coolest watches on the planet. I have an Omega. That's called From the Moon to Mars. It's one of the ones that are worn by the astronauts.
Where do you have that?
Where do I have it? I'm not telling.
I had a Rolex.
I was just asking if
I'll bring it in if you like, but I don't.
Yeah,
it's extremely expensive.
I'd like to see it. You bring it in. I like to see it. That means you keep it at your house.
No.
Can I get your address again?
You're such a dog. Hey man, come in on the show. We'll talk about guns. Are you a veteran?
No.
Okay.
He's just like me though. He had a wake up and decided that being patriotic and doing the right thing is the right thing.
Well, I know, but you know what? Here's the thing: is the military's not for everybody, and there's a lot of people that go in, don't like it, and all that other stuff. Then to me, there's that whole patriotic thing. But for the record, it was my job. I mean, just like whatever your job is, Scotty, your job, Steph, it was a job for me. I just
I was chasing a motorcycle career.
No,
was hung up on the adrenaline thing. So going in the military, unfortunately, I kind of missed that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex says, "Do you have a Dark Side of the Moon Omega? If so, please let him see it."
No, I have. Mine is a white face Mars to the moon.
Okay.
I know. I did it backwards.
I will show you a white face moon in about 7 minutes when I cut this microphone.
Moon to Mars. I don't know.
Okay. All right, JD. Well, thanks for
Mars to the moon, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. What the hell? Yeah, come on the show, dude.
Yeah, man. Come in anytime you want.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No doubt.
Did you send me a friend request?
Brother, always good talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you. I'll check out your videos later.
Yeah, we'll do a friend request back and forth.
All right, brother.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Hey, all right, you guys. We got to get ready to get out of here.
Real quick. The Olympics are coming up in Brazil.
I was curious because I saw a bunch of people sharing some 1996 Olympic stuff today.
Okay.
I didn't know why.
Here's the deal.
I thought they were going to try to get out of it because of the whole virus crap.
The Summer Olympics, it starts in August, is going to be in Rio de Janeiro, which is beautiful. Outside of the city limits of Rio de Janeiro is one of the most dangerous places on the planet for crime. Level of crime, 90.22 on their little rating scale. Every one of these categories is above 50%, except for worries being subject to physical attack because your skin color, ethnic origin, or religion. Problems with dealing with drugs, 84%.
Why are we doing it there?
Worries being mugged or robbed.
Where's that
86%.
answer? Why are we doing it there?
Cars being stolen, 77%.
Why?
Oh my
would you
God!
Doing it there.
Okay, check this out. They had the largest murder per capita.
It'd be like the Soviet Union still being, what it was, and we would fly in there to do it. Why? Why even go there? No answer.
They've had 7 years to clean this up.
I got you, but why are we even going there?
It's getting worse, and now there's people backing out because of the Zika virus.
Well, duh. Why are we going there?
Oh man,
who makes that decision?
The Olympic Committee, IOC.
Hey man, I got an idea, Steph.
Let's
go throw dynamite at each other and see if we can. We'll do it like an egg
toss.
We'll
go fishing with the dynamite.
Sure, sounds like a hell of an idea. When you want to start?
Let's go now.
Okay, that's how stupid that is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That'd be like Budweiser Bitcoins. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here, everybody. Y'all have a great day.
All right, man. No show
Just
tonight.
for fun in the morning.
The World According to Mike is officially changed to Monday nights now, so I will be on Monday night at 7. Have we talked to? We haven't heard from the Guru.
No, I've not heard
Okay, so
from the Goo or the Roo.
and then of course you have Alex on Tech Talk Tuesday nights.
We're trying to get somebody set up for Thursday nights, ladies talk.
Yep, and we have.
It's funny, everything's going back to where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have an audition coming up for the show. She'll be on the show, the morning show, Friday morning.
Did you let her know it don't pay nothing, right?
Yeah, it's everyone knows it's a non. It says on the little ad, this is a non.
I mean, I would love for this to become something.
It will.
And get picked up with Sirius Radio or something like that, and start making some jack.
Here's the thing is we'll have her, and then someone else contacted me today, and I'll set that up for next week, and we'll do a couple auditions, you know, and so call in Friday and try to throw her a curveball.
Is Ashley gonna be doing it at all? 'Cause
I have no
as
idea.
of right now, me and Crystal.
Yeah.
And then
You're asking, why are you asking me? Do I look like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go change that stuff on the website because you suck.
What are you talking about?
Wow.
You didn't go look.
That went bad
No.
fast.
So I thought I sent out that big message yesterday saying, go check
look at
out the website and tell me what you think.
Uh,
And then I said what areas you were supposed to go look at.
you didn't tell me what area.
I didn't have to tell you. It's in the same message board, reject. So where it says that right there, it's going to say producer of farts.
Oh my God.
Because that right there.
I about knocked myself out this morning, and my head
Aw.
is just.
Listen, let me just ask you this real fast.
Ask Travis. He did.
Okay.
it.
So you went and bought the wrong air shock thingies, pressurized shocks to be on the hatch of that Blazer.
I don't know.
If you'd
they're
went
the
to
wrong-
White Brothers Automotive Parts, right? White Brothers would have looked up the proper number because you have to. It takes 2, not 1. You have to put on the
Yeah.
2.
It takes 2,
It takes
baby.
2. They have to be the proper ones with the right
Yes.
numbers because each hatch weighs different. So if he just
Yes.
went up there and said, I need one this length right here, you're screwed.
I don't know. He got it from
No.
O'Reilly's.
He didn't get it from the right person then because
I don't know. All I know is it hurt when it came down and caught me right across the temple.
I've been saying he need to knock some sense in you, but
bent
apparently
my
it didn't work.
glasses, and knocked tear. It hit me so hard my eyes started watering.
Aw.
Yeah, and I still.
I
Have
think
a
that was the
ringing in my
farts.
ear.
Oh my God.
That was your farts that was
No.
making you eyes water.
No, we had enough for that Monday,
Wow.
and it wasn't me.
Wow.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay, I'm
But-
pretty okay with not talking about this anymore.
And I was asked
Ubi.
when we had our little get together Thursday if that was that machine or if that was real that you did.
I love that one. Yeah, so really somebody actually asked, do I really bust air like that over a microphone?
Yes.
For real?
Isn't that
Yes.
sad?
He
Who
sure
asked
did.
that?
Jeff.
Oh my God. That
He
boy.
wanted to know if it was real or if it was the
Yeah, Jeff.
machine.
Yeah, Jeff. It was real.
I noticed that Jeff has been trying to get more involved with the radio program now that he's losing his job.
Oh my God. Thanks for
No,
putting it that way.
Actually, it's kind of going back to
You
it
apparently
because
didn't hear the latest, huh?
he's
With that contract deal or whatever.
well, he used to come and do all kinds of stuff with us.
Well, he's actually been offered a job making more money doing exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it didn't but like 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. I told him no. Okay, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come
but
on.
he was told no. No, you have to wait. That's why you said you was going to call me back. All right, y'all. We're fixing to get out of here. Everybody have a good day. We'll talk at you later.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Bella.
You said you were going to call me back because that's why I needed not to let you in.